10 teams, one continent, one dream. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, Africa will have opportunities at the tournament. And this is not just about participation, it is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part. Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are no longer going to be seen as the underdog. Morocco were recently described as carrying a heavy burden of expectation because after 2022, the world now expect them to perform again. In Qatar, they shocked the world. In 2026, nobody will underestimate them anymore. Still, if there is any African team that can actually reach the semi-finals again, or even the final, Morocco has the best chance. Now, let's talk about Senegal, arguably the most complete squad in Africa. Some analysts actually believe Senegal have a stronger overall squad compared to Morocco right now. And honestly, it is hard to argue. Senegal qualified unbeaten. Physically, they are terrifying. Tactically, they are organized. And mentally, they believe they belong to one of the best teams in the world. Remember, this is the same country that actually shocked the defending champions France at the 2002 World Cup and reached the quarterfinals. Now, they return with even more depth. And offensively, Senegal have explosive attackers in the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Ismail Assar, and Iliman Ndiaye. Unlike previous African teams that have actually depended on one superstar, Senegal's strength is collective. Even with Sadio Mane aging, they still have quality everywhere. What makes Senegal dangerous is physical dominance. Against European teams, African sides have struggled most times tactically or mentally. Senegal removes that disadvantage because they can actually be very physical and also try to overpower their elite opponent. They press aggressively, they transition quickly, and defensively, they're extremely hard to break down. The concern is the consistency in attack. Sometimes Senegal creates chances but fails to finish games early. And in knockout football, that can actually become very, very dangerous. Still, this squad has quarterfinal or even semi-final potential. Do not be surprised if Senegal becomes Africa's deepest team at this tournament. Ghana. Every African nation still remembers 2010, one penalty kick away from becoming Africa's first ever World Cup semi-finalist before heartbreak against Uruguay. That moment still hurts across the continent. But Ghana enters 2026 with a completely new generation. This team is younger, faster, more fearless, and far more attacking than previous Ghanaian squads. The star of this team appears to be Antoine Semenyo. He can dribble, he can score, he can create chances, and he thrives under pressure. And there is Thomas Partey, bringing experience and control in the midfield for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, here is an underrated statistics. Jordan Ayew finished the qualification with 7 assists, the highest in the African qualifying series. This is to tell you that this team actually have something important. The Ghanaian team creates chances. The issue would be balance. Defensively, Ghana can still become vulnerable against elite opponents. Sometimes they attack with too much freedom and leave spaces behind them. But tournament football is unpredictable, and Ghana might be Africa's ultimate wild card. If the Ghanaian attack catches fire at the World Cup, Ghana could become one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. This is not a team that will play safe. This is a team that would attack fearlessly. So watch out for Ghana. And honestly, this made them very, very exciting to watch. Next up, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might actually be Africa's most dangerous tournament team at this World Cup. During qualification, Ivory Coast went unbeaten and incredibly conceded 0 goals. 0. That defensive record is unbelievable. They also recorded the biggest victory in Africa World Cup qualifying history by defeating the team Seychelles by 9 goals to nothing. This team has power, speed, technique, and not forgetting, belief. For this Ivory Coast team, Amad Diallo has become one of the most exciting young attackers in which you can look forward to in African football, and he will be thinking of taking the World Cup in his own stride. Frank Casey brings experience and leadership. Ibrahim Sangare tried to dominate the midfield battles for the Elephant of Ivory Coast, and Ousmane Diomande is imagined as one of Africa's best defenders. So one thing is sure, you would love about this Ivory Coast team is the exact balance they bring to their side. Unlike the golden generation of Drogba and Yaya Toure, this squad feels more complete tactically, and they defend together and also attack together. They press aggressively and find the right transition quickly. But the only concern, if you think about this team, is the fact that they do not truly have an elite striker. But in tournament football, organization often matters more than superior names, and this Ivory Coast team looks extremely difficult to beat. And honestly, they could surprise a whole lot of people at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For Bafana of South Africa, qualification itself already feels historic, especially in a group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a country with massive football passion, finally returning to the biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. And while South Africa may not possess the elite stars of Morocco, Senegal, or even Ivory Coast, they do have something very, very important, and that is discipline. This South African team know very well and for themselves that under Hugo Broos, South Africa has become organized, compact, and mentally resilient in their style of play. And we can also add that Reno Williams has developed into one of Africa's best shot stopper, and Tembo Mokoena controls the midfield brilliantly for the South African team. According to FIFA, South Africa once held Africa's record for consecutive World Cup qualifying wins between 1997 and 2001, a record Morocco recently matched. This is a proud football nation as they look forward to repeating the opening game of the 2010 World Cup against Mexico on June 11 at the start of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. The challenge for South Africa is goals, and that could actually prove very pivotal in this World Cup running. Against stronger teams, creating chances consistently could become very, very difficult at this World Cup. But tournament football rewards a defensive organization, and if South Africa frustrate opponents early in matches, they could become one of the best teams tournament surprise packages. Don't expect them to dominate games. It will be very difficult for you to see that from a South African team, but absolutely expect them to be that side that would compete at this FIFA World Cup. For decades, Africa had talent, but now Africa also has elite coaching, not forgetting tactical structure, and also adding European level experience and belief. So, what would be the gainsaying of all African teams at this FIFA World Cup? From all of us at 54 Football, we're supporting every African team and hoping that Africa would go far. Mind the point here for 54 Football. 10 teams, one continent, one dream. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament. And this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part. Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are no longer going to be seen as the underdog. Morocco were recently described as carrying a heavy burden of expectation because after 2022, the world now expects them to perform again. In Qatar, they shocked the world. In 2026, nobody will underestimate them anymore. Still, if there is any African team that can actually reach the semi-finals again, or even the final, Morocco has the best chance. Now, let's talk about Senegal, arguably the most complete squad in Africa. Some analysts actually believe Senegal have a stronger overall squad compared to Morocco right now. And honestly, it is hard to argue. Senegal qualified unbeaten. Physically, they are terrifying. Tactically, they are organized. And mentally, they believe they belong to one of the best teams in the world. Remember, this is the same country that actually shocked the defending champions France at the 2002 World Cup and reached the quarterfinals. Now, they return with even more depth. And offensively, Senegal have explosive attackers in the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Ismail Assar, and Iliman Ndiaye. Unlike previous African teams that have actually depended on one superstar, Senegal's strength is collective. Even with Sadio Mane aging, they still have quality everywhere. What makes Senegal dangerous is physical dominance. Against European teams, African sides have struggled most times tactically or mentally. Senegal removes that disadvantage because they can actually be very physical and also try to overpower their elite opponent. They press aggressively, they transition quickly, and defensively, they're extremely hard to break down. The concern is the consistency in attack. Sometimes Senegal creates chances but fails to finish games early. And in knockout football, that can actually become very, very dangerous. Still, this squad has quarterfinal or even semi-final potential. Do not be surprised if Senegal becomes Africa's deepest team at this tournament. Ghana. Every African nation still remembers 2010, one penalty kick away from becoming Africa's first ever World Cup semi-finalist before heartbreak against Uruguay. That moment still hurts across the continent. But Ghana enters 2026 with a completely new generation. This team is younger, faster, more fearless, and far more attacking than previous Ghanaian squads. The star of this team appears to be Antoine Semenyo. He can dribble, he can score, he can create chances, and he thrives under pressure. And there is Thomas Partey, bringing experience and control in the midfield for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, here is an underrated statistics. Jordan Ayew finished the qualification with 7 assists, the highest in the African qualifying series. This is to tell you that this team actually have something important. The Ghanaian team creates chances. The issue will be balanced defensively. Ghana can still become vulnerable against elite opponents. Sometimes they attack with too much freedom and leave spaces behind them. But tournament football is unpredictable, and Ghana might be Africa's ultimate wild card. If the Ghanaian attack catches fire at the World Cup, Ghana could become one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. This is not a team that will play safe. This is a team that would attack fearlessly. So watch out for Ghana. And honestly, this made them very, very exciting to watch. Next up, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might actually be Africa's most dangerous tournament team at this World Cup. During qualification, Ivory Coast went unbeaten and incredibly conceded 0 goals. 0. That defensive record is unbelievable. They also recorded the biggest victory in Africa World Cup qualifying history by defeating the team Seychelles by 9 goals to nothing. This team has power, speed, technique, and not forgetting belief. For this Ivory Coast team, Amad Diallo has become one of the most exciting young attackers in which you can look forward to in African football, and he would be thinking of taking the World Cup in his own stride. Frank Casey brings experience and leadership. Ibrahim Sangare tried to dominate the midfield battles for the Elephant of Ivory Coast, and Ousmane Diomande is imagined as one of Africa's best defenders. So one thing is sure, you would love about this Ivory Coast team is the exact balance they bring to their side. Unlike the golden generation of Drogba and Yaya Toure, this squad feels more complete tactically, and they defend together and also attack together. They press aggressively and find the right transition quickly. But the only concern, if you think about this team, is the fact that they do not truly have an elite striker. But in tournament football, organization often matters more than superior names, and this Ivory Coast team looks extremely difficult to beat. And honestly, they could surprise a whole lot of people at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For Bafana of South Africa, qualification itself already feels historic, especially in a group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a country with massive football passion, finally returning to the biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. And while South Africa may not possess the elite stars of Morocco, Senegal, or even Ivory Coast, they do have something very, very important, and that is discipline. This South African team know very well and for themselves that under Hugo Broos, South Africa has become organized, compact, and mentally resilient in their style of play. And we can also add that Reno Williams has developed into one of Africa's best shot stopper, and Tembo Mokoena controls the midfield brilliantly for the South African team. According to FIFA, South Africa once held Africa's record for consecutive World Cup qualifying wins between 1997 and 2001, a record Morocco recently matched. This is a proud football nation as they look forward to repeating the opening game of the 2010 World Cup against Mexico on June 11 at the start of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. The challenge for South Africa is goals, and that could actually prove very pivotal in this World Cup running. Against stronger teams, creating chances consistently could become very, very difficult at this World Cup. But tournament football rewards a defensive organization, and if South Africa frustrate opponents early in matches, they could become one of the best teams tournament surprise packages. Don't expect them to dominate games. It will be very difficult for you to see that from a South African team, but absolutely expect them to be that side that would compete at this FIFA World Cup. For decades, Africa had talent, but now Africa also has elite coaching, not forgetting tactical structure, and also adding European level experience and belief. So what would be the gainsaying of all African teams at this FIFA World Cup? From all of us at 54 Football we're supporting every African team and hoping that Africa would go far. Make the point here for 54 Football. 10 teams, one continent, one dream. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament. And this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic.
Now it's Gallagher, it's still Conor Gallagher, Gordon, Spill, Harry Kane's there! Wherever, whenever.
But Harry Kane, we've seen him drop deep so many times. One of the things that will never go away from his game is the fact that he stays in between the posts and he picks goals like this up. Same the other night.
I do have Jason Manford as the co-commentator. Here is Ndiaye, on to Ghana. And just to Ghana Gay is prevented by Dean Henderson. Now he's on the search again. Keeps it alive, and Ismaila Sarr's arriving. And he's beaten Kyle Walker to it. And Senegal are level. The first team to breach Thomas Tuchel's England are Senegal. There goes Diarra. He's got support too. It's Diarra for Senegal, who take the lead. Senegal in control. And England have got a touch green around the girls.
Been really, really good.
Here's Eze. Robbie flicked to Morgan Gibbs. It's a really good save from Mbappe. Straight at the goalkeeper, but he had to react.
This other player as well, he chooses Gibbs White to put his laces through it.
There's a lurking on the edge of the area as the cross comes in from Madueke. Ball's coming to Bellingham. Jude Bellingham there to rescue England again. His action as a deliberate handball, which Stephanie Frappart is now going to have to decide, because essentially the VAR has decided that that is a subjective decision and she needs to have a look at it. Well, the referee has overturned the decision. It's no goal. England are denied an equaliser because of a handball given against Levi Colwill in the build-up to Bellingham's finish. Jones has been dispossessed here. Now England have got real trouble. Amin Kamara is steaming forward. He's got Ndiaye over on the far side. And joining is Sabali. And England have beaten the first African side to beat England. Ezra has won it back. Now it's Gallagher. It's still Conor Gallagher. Gordon, Spill, Harry Kane's there. Wherever, whenever.
But Harry Kane, we've seen him drop deep so many times to set up play, but one of the things that will never go away from his game is the fact that he stays in between the posts and he picks goals like this up. Same the other night.
I do have Jason Manford as the co-commentator. Here is Ndiaye, on to Ghana. Gay is prevented by Dean Henderson. Now he's on the search again. Keeps it alive, and Ismaila Sarr's arriving. And he's beaten Kyle Walker to it. And Senegal are level. The first team to breach Thomas Tuchel's England are Senegal. There goes Diarra. He's got support too. It's Diarra for Senegal, who take the lead. Senegal in control. England have got a touch green around the gills.
Been really, really good.
Here's Eze. Robbie flicked to Morgan Gibbs. That's a really good save from Mbappe. Straight at the goalkeeper, but he had to react.
Let's have a play as well, and he chooses Gibbs White to put his laces through it.
There's a lurking on the edge of the area as the cross comes in from Madueke. As a deliberate handball, which Stephanie Frappart is now going to have to decide, because essentially the VAR has decided that that is a subjective decision and she needs to have a look at it. Now the referee has overturned the decision. It's no goal. England are denied an equaliser because of a handball given against Levi Colwill in the build-up to Bellingham's finish. Jones has been dispossessed here. Now England have got real trouble. Kamara is steaming forward. He's got Ndiaye over on the far side. And joining is Sabali. And England have beaten the first African side to beat England. Ezra has won it back. Now it's Gallagher. It's still Conor Gallagher. Gordon. Spill. Harry Kane is there. Wherever. Whenever.
But Harry Kane, we've seen him drop deep so many times to set up play, but one of the things that will never go away from his game is the fact that he stays in between the posts and he picks goals like this up. Same the other night.
I do have Jason Manford as the co-commentator. Here is Ndiaye. On to Ghana. And Gay is prevented by Dean Henderson. Now he's on the search again. Keeps it alive, and Ismaila Sarr's arriving. And he's beaten Kyle Walker to it. And Senegal are level. The first team to breach Thomas Tuchel's England are Senegal. There goes Diarra. He's got support too. It's Diarra for Senegal, who take the lead. Senegal in control. England have got a touch green around the gills.
Okay, so let's start a little bit at the beginning. So can you say again your name and your role with the Football Association?
Yeah, my name is Julito Carvalho. I am the national coach of the resident national team.
Okay, so just tell me about the experience, first of all, of being here at the World Cup with the team.
Okay, like I can start saying that is a dream coming true for us. I think nobody in Africa could believe that a small country, or nobody in the world could believe that a small country such as Cabo Verde, 500,000 people there, could reach the World Cup final stage. So being here is being an adventure for us, but we are very focused to compete. Okay. Because we are a country which likes challenge, and this is a big challenge for us. So we came here to compete. We know that we have the same weapons that the other teams. Like today from Spain, that's why we fought a lot. We fought a lot, and we could draw. So it's very good for us.
So how did it feel to make history today with the team?
It's very difficult to put all the words there in the words, but we can say there's some words to describe. Sacrifice, courage, honor, resilience, and I think those organization, those words can describe what happened today in the pitch.
And tell me about the goalkeeper, who's now the most famous man in the world.
Vozinha.
Yes.
The oldest player we got, 40 years old. He said he's going to finish his career as a football player after the World Cup.
Okay.
But I don't believe it, because after what he did today, I believe some clubs will be going after him to play some. Vozinha is a very, very nice and sympathetic guy. He's easy to deal with, and what he showed today is what he is. He's a fighter. He's a fighter in life. So I believe also Vozinha represents what is the Cavalian people.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part. Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are no longer going to be seen as the underdog. Morocco were recently described as carrying a heavy burden of expectation because after 2022, the world now expect them to perform again. In Qatar, they shocked the world. In 2026, nobody will underestimate them anymore. Still, if there is any African team that can actually reach the semi-finals again, or even the final, Morocco has the best chance. Now, let's talk about Senegal, arguably the most complete squad in Africa. Some analysts actually believe Senegal have a stronger overall squad compared to Morocco right now. And honestly, it is hard to argue. Senegal qualified unbeaten. Physically, they are terrifying. Tactically, they are organized. And mentally, they believe they belong to one of the best teams in the world. Remember, this is the same country that actually shocked the defending champions France at the 2002 World Cup and reached the quarterfinals. Now, they return with even more depth. And offensively, Senegal have explosive attackers in the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Ismail Assar, and Iliman Ndiaye. Unlike previous African teams that have actually depended on one superstar, Senegal's strength is collective. Even with Sadio Mane aging, they still have quality everywhere. What makes Senegal dangerous is physical dominance. Against European teams, African sides have struggled most times tactically or mentally. Senegal removes that disadvantage because they can actually be very physical and also try to overpower their elite opponent. They press aggressively, they transition quickly, and defensively, they're extremely hard to break down. The concern is the consistency in attack. Sometimes Senegal creates chances but fails to finish games early. And in knockout football, that can actually become very, very dangerous. Still, this squad has quarterfinal or even semi-final potential. Do not be surprised if Senegal becomes Africa's deepest team at this tournament. Ghana Every African nation still remembers 2010, one penalty kick away from becoming Africa's first ever World Cup semi-finalist before heartbreak against Uruguay. That moment still hurts across the continent. But Ghana enters 2026 with a completely new generation. This team is younger, faster, more fearless, and far more attacking than previous Ghanaian squads. The star of this team appears to be Antoine Semenyo. He can dribble, he can score, he can create chances, and he thrives under pressure. And there is Thomas Partey, bringing experience and control in the midfield for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, here is an underrated statistics. Jordan Ayew finished the qualification with 7 assists, the highest in the African qualifying series. This is to tell you that this team actually have something important. The Ghanaian team creates chances. The issue would be balance. Defensively, Ghana can still become vulnerable against elite opponents. Sometimes they attack with too much freedom and leave spaces behind them. But tournament football is unpredictable, and Ghana might be Africa's ultimate wild card. If the Ghanaian attack catches fire at the World Cup, Ghana could become one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. This is not a team that will play safe. This is a team that would attack fearlessly. So watch out for Ghana. And honestly, this made them very, very exciting to watch. Next up, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might actually be Africa's most dangerous tournament team at this World Cup. During qualification, Ivory Coast went unbeaten and incredibly conceded 0 goals. That defensive record is unbelievable. They also recorded the biggest victory in Africa World Cup qualifying history by defeating the team Seychelles by 9 goals to nothing. This team has power, speed, technique, and not forgetting belief. For this Ivory Coast team, Amad Diallo has become one of the most exciting young attackers in which you can look forward to in African football, and he will be thinking of taking the World Cup in his own stride. Frank Casey brings experience and leadership. Ibrahim Sangare tried to dominate the midfield battles for the Elephant of Ivory Coast, and Ousmane Diomande is imagined as one of Africa's best defenders. So one thing is sure, you would love about this Ivory Coast team is the exact balance they bring to their side. Unlike the golden generation of Drogba and Yaya Toure, this squad feels more complete tactically, and they defend together and also attack together. They press aggressively and find the right transition quickly. But the only concern, if you think about this team, is the fact that they do not truly have an elite striker. But in tournament football, organization often matters more than superior names, and this Ivory Coast team looks extremely difficult to beat. And honestly, they could surprise a whole lot of people at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For Bafana of South Africa, qualification itself already feels historic, especially in a group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a country with massive football passion, finally returning to the biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. And while South Africa may not possess the elite stars of Morocco, Senegal, or even Ivory Coast, they do have something very, very important, and that is discipline. This South African team know very well and for themselves that under Hugo Broos, South Africa has become organized, compact, and mentally resilient in their style of play. And we can also add that Reno Williams has developed into one of Africa's best shot stopper, and Tembo Mokoena controls the midfield brilliantly for the South African team. According to FIFA, South Africa once held Africa's record for consecutive World Cup qualifying wins between 1997 and 2001, a record Morocco recently matched. This is a proud football nation as they look forward to repeating the opening game of the 2010 World Cup against Mexico on June 11 at the start of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. The challenge for South Africa is goals, and that could actually prove very pivotal in this World Cup running. Against stronger teams, creating chances consistently could become very, very difficult at this World Cup. But tournament football rewards a defensive organization, and if South Africa frustrate opponents early in matches, they could become one of the best teams tournament surprise packages. Don't expect them to dominate games. It will be very difficult for you to see that from a South African team, but absolutely expect them to be that side that would compete at this FIFA World Cup. For decades, Africa had talent, but now Africa also has elite coaching, not forgetting tactical structure, and also adding European level experience and belief. So what would be the gainsaying of all African teams at this FIFA World Cup? From all of us at 54 Footballers, we're supporting every African team and hoping that Africa would go far. Make the point here for 54 Footballers.
Okay, so let me just start a little bit at the beginning. So can you say again your name and your role with the Football Association?
Yeah, my name is Koulibaly. I am the national coach of the resident national team.
Okay, so just tell me about the experience, first of all, of being here at the World Cup with the team.
Okay, like I can start saying that it's a dream coming true for us. I think nobody in Africa could believe that a small country, or nobody in the world could believe that a small country such as Cabo Verde, 500,000 people there, could reach the World Cup final stage. So being here is being an adventure for us, but we are very focused to compete. Okay. Because we are a country which likes challenge, and this is a big challenge for us. So we came here to compete. We know that we have the same weapons that the other teams. Like today from Spain, that's why we fought a lot. We fought a lot, and we could draw. So it's very good for us.
So how did it feel to make history today with the team?
It's very difficult to put all the words there in the words, but we can say just some words to describe. Yeah, sacrifice, courage, honor, resilience, and I think those organization. Those words can describe what happened today in the pitch.
And tell me about the goalkeeper, who's now the most famous man in the world.
Vozinha.
Yes.
The oldest player we got, 40 years old. He said he's going to finish his career as a football player after the World Cup. Okay. But I don't believe it, because after what he did today, I believe some clubs will be going after him to play some. Vozinha is a very, very nice and sympathetic guy. He's easy to deal with, and what he showed today is what he is. He's a fighter. He's a fighter in life. So I believe also Vozinha represents what is the Caverdian people.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Been really, really good. Here's Eze. Lovely flick to Morgan Gibbs. It's a really good save from Mbappe. Straight at the goalkeeper, but he had to react. It's on the plane as well, and he chooses Gibbs White to put his laces through it.
There's a lurking on the edge of the area as the cross comes in from Madueke. As a deliberate handball, which Stephanie Frappart is now going to have to decide, because essentially the VAR has decided that that is a subjective decision and she needs to have a look at it. Well, the referee has overturned the decision. It's no goal. England are denied an equaliser because of a handball given against Levi Colwill in the build-up to Bellingham's finish. Jones has been dispossessed here. Now England have got real trouble. Kamara is steaming forward. He's got Ndiaye over on the far side. And joining is Sabali. And England have beaten the first African side to beat England. Ezra has won it back. Now it's Gallagher. It's still Conor Gallagher. Gordon. Spill. Harry Kane's there.
Two-time champions France begin their Group I campaign by taking on the Teranga Lions of Senegal in New York, New Jersey tonight. And just that you know, this game has 13 separate kickoff times because of the time zones. But from here, Lagos, Nigeria, that game kicks off exactly 15 minutes from now in New York, New Jersey, and we're looking forward to it. It's the two-time champions, Le Bleu of France, coached by Didier Deschamps, who is aiming to become the second manager to win the World Cup twice. Is up against Pape Bouba, who actually was on the bench the last time Senegal played France at the Korea-Japan 2002 World Cup and shocked the defending champions as at that time. On that note, we say good evening and welcome to all the action, the latest coming from the FIFA World Cup 2026. It's match day 6 actually. I will bring into you all the talking points and all the action, all the goals, all the tackles, all the red cards, if there's going to be any, or the yellow cards. But all of the excitements coming through from France versus Senegal is live right here on vivxsports. My name is Olawale Adigo, and you look at my jersey, looks like I'm all France tonight, right? Because this is an Olympic Marseille jersey. But guess what? We have 10 members of that Senegal squad who were born in France. So major victory could be for them if they could do the double over Le Bleu. I've got Alex tonight joining as usual, my partner in crime. We do this quite often on vivxsports. And Alex, everyone's looking forward to France, Senegal, and how big of a game do you think we have on our hands?
It's a big game. Good evening to you, Lali. Good evening to our viewers, wherever you're viewing from on vivxsports. It's a wonderful feeling to be here for my first official World Cup coverage alongside you. This is a big game by our standards, like you said. We saw them once in a World Cup, and it was in 2002, and what happened in that game where Senegal won by 1-0. So Senegal may be drawing inspiration from that squad, from that team that won against the French national team in 2002. And do not forget, it was a strong French side in that year. Also was a decent Senegal team.
They were defending champions, actually. They won the World Cup in
98, coming into this one. They got to the final in 2022 rather. So it's still very much a good one, but they will never forget that that goal scored by Pape Bouba Diop, who made sure that Senegal got all 3 points and defeated France in that game. So fast forward many years later, this one presents itself to be one of the big games of the tournament. I mean, I can rightly say that the big boys are starting the game tonight, and no other place better than New Jersey to start a big game like this. And like you've also said, I mean, when you have Senegal, a team from Africa who are the defending champions and the champions of Africa winning the AFCON.
Depends on how you see it.
Depends on how you see it anyways. But, after what they've done in the AFCON, and even France, an impressive side, impressive team with Mbappe, Dembele, Michael Olise and the like. So it's going to be an interesting game. I don't think that, I know before we were having a conversation off the air, and I said, or you said that Morocco and Brazil so far is the most interesting game we've seen so far in this tournament. I think this one right in front of us will beat that Morocco-Brazil game for excitement.
All right, fingers crossed. We'll see if that tops that game. Brazil-Morocco ended 1-1 with the Moroccans also making a statement against Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil. But let's take a look at the lineups real quick as we approach kick-off. Where do we start from? I think we'll actually start with the former World Cup finalists. Remember the finalists in 2022 in Qatar when they lost agonizingly on penalties to Argentina, and that's how France 2 line up. It's Mike Maignan in goal, Jules Koundé at right back, William Saliba has been fit enough to start this one. Remember, we heard that there was an aggravation of his back injury in the Champions League final against PSG. There's Tayo Upamecano, Theo Hernandez at left back, and the midfield, there's Aurélien Tchouameni, Adrien Rabiot, and that front four of Michael Olise, Kylian Mbappe, Desire Doué, and Ousmane Dembele. You have to admit that this, on paper, is the most fearsome attack as far as this World Cup's concerned.
Fantastic. It's the most fearsome attack, I can tell you for free, Olali, because when you see Desiree Doué in there, Dembele, Michael Olise, and Kylian Mbappe, playing down the middle of this French, front four, it's an exciting lineup for the French national team. They've gone for their best legs, and you can see from the defense to the midfield, Tchouaméni and Rabiot would provide, some defensive assurance for the back four. Hujus Koundé is back in the side, who will start from the right back position. And then Theo Hernandez, a guy who I think has done so well recently in the world of football, coming into that left back position and looking to spraying passes and also connect well with Desiree Doué, who would play from the left hand side. I think that this is the best French national team lineup that they can get or they can use for a game as big as this. This is their first game, and they'll be looking at being impressive as Didier Deschamps men will be looking to get things on the way. But you can look at the bench too. Olale Atliouche is there, the young Monaco midfielder. There's Bradley Bacola, there's Cherki in there, Luca Digne, Gusto, N'Golo Kante, who used to be a starter for the French national team. There's Konate in there, there's Kone, Mateta, Lacroix, the Crystal Palace player. There's Samba in there, Thuram, and Zaire Emery. It's a strong French side, and rightly so. I dare to say that this is the best team of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
All right, so with the best team emerge as the best team of the tournament, we have a long way to go to answer that question. But let's move on to Senegal, who are in Court Africa's champion, although we know that case is still sitting with the Court of Arbitration for Sport. And in goal is Edouard Mendy, there's Mame Birame Diop, there's Moussa Niakate, Kalidou Koulibaly also starts, there's the evergreen Crepin Diatta, there's Kamara, there's Sarr, there's Pape Gueye, there's Ismail Gueye, and also we've got Sadio Mane, the captain, and Nicolas Jackson. Some have said that the Senegalese squad, where 20 of their players are based in the top 5 leagues in Europe, that in terms of depth, in terms of being robust, they have to be one of the best sides in this World Cup. Do you agree?
They have to be. I agree totally, because not just the lineup. If you look at the bench too, Pape Sarr is on that bench. There's you have Adama Jacobs, who can also play from the left back. There's Diouf in there. There's also Dieng, Diarra, Mbappe. These are really good players who can also provide width, like you said. Pape Ciss is also on the bench for the Senegalese side. So it's a strong team, just like the French. With lots of quality players that started from the starting lineup. The Senegalese side have also gone for their best leg. They've gone for the best players that they have. Koulibaly, Niakite, Diop, Mendy, Kamara, Diatta. There's Sarr in there. There's Papa Gueye, a very good player on his day. So it's just going to be who wants it more in the end. I think that this is one of the strongest African side, if not the strongest African team put together, sent to the World Cup alongside the Moroccan team. And maybe, just maybe, you can add in there the Cote d'Ivoire side too, a very, very strong one. So good one for the Senegalese side. I was expecting them to also start off with something really strong, and they've not disappointed. Tawa's not disappointed to start with the players that he has started with. And again, the guys on the bench, don't forget, Iliman Ndiaye is on the bench. He can produce some, great things.
I mean, if Senegal are playing France and Iliman Ndiaye is on Premier League starters on
it's
the bench.
Crazy. You have Sarr on the bench too. The double two Sarr there, but Pape Sarr is also on the bench. There's Ndiaye on the bench, and I can tell you for free that they have lots of quality. Like you said, the width is there, the players are there, they're ready. The guys who have started are good, the guys who are on the bench are also good. I cannot wait to see what these two teams will bring to the table.
All right, we can't wait for kickoff. We're just 6 minutes away from that. The New Jersey Stadium. It's France against Senegal. They've only met once in World Cup history, and that was in 2002, the opening game of that tournament, actually. And it was a massive shocker, a game that really sent French football into a crisis, some will say. All right, remember, you can be a part of the community as we bring to you all the best from the World Cup in North America. Join the community via vivxsports, and make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And you can actually call in live as well. The numbers are at the bottom of the screen. If you've got any thoughts, what have you made of the African teams in this tournament? So far, so good. The African teams have not been bad at all. And I come to you, Alex, for that. Bar Tunisia, who lost scandalously to Sweden and South Africa. Every other African team has given a good account of themselves, and match day 5 was a great talking point for Africa.
Match day 5, great talking point for Africa. I mean, just to start off with that, Cape Verde did a wonderful job against Spain last night. With Vizinho, the goalkeeper, who's 40 years of age, started his footballing career at 25. Many thought that he was never going to be part of the team. They qualified to the World Cup. He decided to stay with the national team, and that man of the match performance last night with 7 saves against the Spanish side was really good. And we didn't stop there as African teams. Egypt then did one better, scored first against Belgium. They were even pushing for 3 points, but the brilliance of the Belgium side in the second 45 gave them the opportunity and they equalized. But it was wonderful to see 2 African teams play last night and they didn't record a loss. And then for Cote d'Ivoire, who did the good job to give Africa its first victory for this World Cup tournament, was really good to watch. Amad Diallo on the 89th minute with his left foot planted the ball into the bottom corner with no chance for the goalkeeper. I'm excited and I'm impressed, so to speak, so far with what I've seen from 6 African teams. We have 4 more to go. Let's see what Senegal will do against France. But you can only say that the disappointment has been just with South Africa and Tunisia. I mean, for Tunisia, it was really bad to see them lose the way they lost, and the manager had to suffer for it because he was sacked this morning. And now they've also employed the services of Hervé Renard, who is now the new boss, who will take charge of the Tunisian side. I don't think that would change much for them going forward, but I think that so far so good with 6 African teams on display. I've been impressed with 4 of them, and the 4 teams have done so well to put Africa on the map, especially Morocco, Cape Verde, Ivory Coast, and then Egypt.
Anyways, this will be the first time a manager has been sacked during the World Cup. Actually, Tunisia have done it before. You have to go back to 1998 when Henri Kasperzak was sacked after he lost the first 2 games of the tournament. France themselves will play tonight. They also sacked Raymond Domenech, if you remember, back in 2010 at Africa's World Cup. After there was squad mutiny. I think South Korea also did one in 1998 as well, sacked the manager after 2 matches. So Sabri Lamouchi won't be the first. We might probably even have more. Julien Lopetegui also was sacked in 2018. After I think it was discovered he was in negotiations with Real Madrid.
For the Spanish team.
All right, action is about to begin as the French side are reciting La Marseillaise. That's the French anthem, as we see Didier Deschamps, like I mentioned, going to become the 2nd manager in history to win the World Cup twice. The only manager to have done that was Vittorio Pozzo, who won it for Italy in 1934 and 1938. And for Didier Deschamps, also won it as a player in 1998.
As a captain.
But I was reading Olivier Giroud's comments on their manager won the World Cup with in 2018, and he said tactically he's not a great manager, he's not a genius, but he feels that he's more of a genius when it comes to managing the team, and that's what has brought the best out of the French national side over the years.
And I think that I would support Olivier Giroud. I don't see the tactical masterclass from him. I mean, I remember when the 2022 World Cup final was going on, and at some point I thought that Didier Deschamps just maybe should have done something to tweak how the game would have been perceived. He then made 2 first half substitutions before the 40th minute mark, taking off Dembele and I think the other player, the name omits me now, but that didn't change how France played. Argentina still continued to dominate them. So maybe from the tactical point of view, he's not all that great, but when you look at how he has managed the team, especially in 2018 when they went all the way to win it, his man management skill is top level, and that's the reason why he has retained the job as the manager of France for that long. And I mean, if he's not great tactically, he's doing some other things wonderfully, which is making sure that the team is a winning side and they're doing really well when they play football games. But something is surprising, Olali. I'm seeing lots of Senegalese in the stadium.
I mean, despite the fact that the official supporters club of Senegal were denied visas, it is still a full house right there at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. And I like this old system, or the new style of having all the players form a circle and do the national anthem, all of the pre-match duties. I mean, and guess who proposed that? Alessandro De Piero. I mean, De Piero felt, why leave some people on the bench? Everybody contributes. So, and I think FIFA was great of them to adopt it, and it's brought a different flavor to the World Cup.
It's not so bad.
Very, very interesting flavor. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we do come back, We're getting to kickoff as France and Senegal about to get this match day 6 started right there at the New Jersey Stadium. Stick around.
Okay, so let me just start a little bit at the beginning. So can you say again your name and your role with the Football Association?
Yeah, my name is Koulibaly. I am the
All right, we're back as we look forward to kick off. It's France versus Senegal live right here on vivxsports. Remember to subscribe to our channel and get all the very best as far as the action with African teams are concerned at the FIFA World Cup. Alex, it's a full house, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a full house, and it's wonderful to see that we have fans packed full at the New York Stadium, you know, waiting for this epic clash between two big teams in the World Cup. Start off, two managers, one experience, the other just tasting success in international level when he did that with the Senegalese team in the AFCON last year. So it's going to be wonderful to see, how these two teams will start off and how they line up. This is just beautiful to see, how full the stadium is, and I can tell you for free that we're going to see one of the best games of the World Cup so far with these two sides coming to the party.
All right, they're asking me why am I wearing a Marseille shirt. I'm a seller. Not to worry. I mean, we know that there's over 300 years of relationship between these two countries. So remember that France are the colonial masters of Senegal, so a lot of shared history. I remember during my government days in secondary school, we learnt the assimilation method and the association method. And with the French, it was more
of the association method.
Right? And we're going to see a lot of hopefully get goals associated to this game, right? But it's kicked off already, and it's Senegal playing from the left to the right of our screen as we see Crépin Diatta, the ever beautiful Crépin Diatta, take that through. It's definitely one of the enduring images of African football, I have to say. But what are you expecting from the early stages of this game?
Well, I think that we would see, two teams trying to get the better of, the other early on in this game. And you have to stamp your authority by keeping the possession and doing it well. Senegal have already started doing that with passing the ball from left, right. And that would be the idea to, give the French national team little to do when they have possession. And Senegal will know that it's going to be a difficult game. But I know that they have the quality to spring the passes from left, right, to also trouble this French national team side as they come forward from the left-hand side.
They do. Cross comes from the left. Wow. But Theo Hernandez heads that one out for a corner kick. But it's Senegal asking the first question here, Alex.
Yeah, beautiful cross into the box. That was headed to a player on the far side, but the header there just to clear the line. Theo Hernandez. Well, Sarr was waiting for the ball on the far side. It would have been Senegal 1-0. But rather France will concede a corner for the first of this game.
First corner kick off the game, but our referee, Alireza Fagani, is having a word between Jackson, Tremaine and Mike Magnan. Remember, they've also got VAR here. The central station for VAR is in Dallas. So keen eyes on all of the action here.
Well, I think this is needless from Nicholas Jackson. No need to be doing this. It's just 2 minutes of football played already. Trying to, get yourself. You can get yourself booked from doing that. So no need to do that.
Shot corner taken. It's floated in. But looks like the referee spotted an infringement on the French goalkeeper. And no prizes for guessing. It was Nicholas Jackson once again. And with Jackson, I think it must be frustrating for the manager. Remember that the friendly before the World Cup, he got sent off?
Yeah. And it's the thing with temper. And that's why I said it's too early for him to start all of that antics, trying to put your legs or your body where you're not supposed to. Very much early in the game. Just try and let the game flow. It's too early to start the antics. And I think any manager would have a player who sometimes cannot keep their cool, start big games as big as this one. You wouldn't want your players to be sent off in a game like this, because if they lose one man, that would be too much, maybe too much for the Senegalese side to handle. So Nicholas Jackson should focus more on the football than trying to be the hero by employing just tactics or antics to try and unsettle the French defense.
All right, the French defense now with the ball, and very interesting to see the positioning of Michael Olise. We know that at Bayern he played mostly from the right. A lovely pass towards Kylian Mbappe there, back to Olise, who is playing a much more central role for this French national side. I think we saw shades of that at the Olympics football event in Paris under Thierry Henry, as Fagani spots a foul from Eder Rabiot on captain Sadio Mane. It's a dangling foot, that chest area for Mane.
Oh, Kylian Mbappe was onside on that occasion.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have allowed the ball just roll through right in front of him. He was looking to control that. But the touch there was, I think, the wrong touch. Senegal cleared their line. But one thing about the stadium, Olale, that you should remember is the Club World Cup final between PSG and Chelsea was played here. And this stadium just makes you think that the underdog story is ever written on a stage like this. Could be Senegal's game.
Could be Senegal, and trust me, it will send shockwaves across the world if Senegal should do a repeat of what happened in Seoul in 2002. The French now with the ball, as they also want to try to orchestrate from the back. Theo Hernandez, the left back, was also part of that squad that got to the World Cup finals 4 years ago. Came from 2 down against Argentina, but agonizingly lost on penalties in what is regarded as the most exciting World Cup final ever. I hope I'm correct in that.
Yeah, I think you are correct in that. Well, in the World Cup final where you see a player score a hat-trick and don't win the World Cup, it's mind-blowing.
Charmaini moving in upright. So France tried to work their way through the middle, but Edouard Mendy will come collect. Mendy these days plays his football in the Saudi Pro League alongside his defensive teammates. That's Kalidou Koulibaly. As France defend this time around, lovely work from Ismail Assar, but is dispossessed. France will come again, this time from the left. But some lovely defensive work from Crepin Diatta will be very much crucial for France, for Senegal defending. Beg your pardon. So far, so good. I mean, Senegal have not been intimidated
at all.
They failed to respect the French side, who are ranked number 2 in the world by FIFA.
Yeah, they've done well, and I think that we have to give them credit for their calm on the ball when they have it, especially when they have it deep inside their own half. The way they pass their way out of danger, it's good on the eye to watch. It just tells you how good the Senegalese side are, and they're not going to respect the French side. The passing has been really good. You can see
the tempo also has been good.
And here they come now. Oh.
Lovely work to free. Smiler's always on his bike there. Tries to get a shot across. Oh, it's been blocked. And great work coming. That was great defensive work by France there. But Senegal have the ball again. Great moment for Senegal.
Now look at that.
The
way
passing has been really good. Clean, crisp.
Yeah.
As they come forward again. But Pape Bouba is muscled off the ball. But Senegal get it back again.
Yeah, the referee allowing play to go on. That was really good to see. Just allowing the flow go on. But heavy pass there on that occasion from Pape Bouba, looking for the run of Ismaila Sarr. Just looking at that again. The man who scored the only goal of the AFCON final was barged to the ground there. Referee says play on.
But that was great work from Upamecano. Initially the attack from Ismaila Sarr.
Wonderful defensive awareness there from Upamecano, who is maybe the best defender for the French national team.
All right, Senegal still asking questions, but Nicolas Jackson is offside.
You know, just couldn't read his surrounding, and I think lazy play from Nicolas Jackson. It was offside, and look at that. Just couldn't watch his line. He would have timed his run perfectly, but he couldn't do that. And then when he got the ball, try and shoot from that position, he wasn't going to beat the goalkeeper, even if he wasn't offside. So he should be doing better from that position. But they've started really well. They've shown that they are maybe Africa's best team, that's Senegal, and going toe-to-toe with the French national team, and they've not considered a single chance against them, against the French national side in 8 minutes. Beautiful.
Pape Bouba, the manager, remember, was on the bench on that night, or that afternoon, that Senegal made history in 2002, watching Pape Bouba Diop score that only goal. May so rest in peace. Died 6 years ago in 2020. We know that Pape Bouba Diop had a beautiful career playing in the Premier League. France almost getting into trouble there with a straight pass, but Mike now Titus played at Birmingham as well, played at Portsmouth, played at Fulham. Yeah. Unfortunately passed away at the age of 42. Michael Olise dropping deep this time around, trying to make something happen. But wrong pass. As Senegal do get back the ball. Gana Gueye is asking for the ball in midfield, and he gets it. And Senegal looking very organized even without the ball.
Yeah, and again, I think that they've had so much possession in this game. It's time to be a bit daring. I know that the game is not going to be this way for 90 minutes. France are also going to have their moments. At some point, the French national team will start to pressure Senegal. But now that they have all of the possession, now that they're dominating play, it's time to be a bit daring. Go forward, try and look for the first goal of this game. Totally impressed with what they've done so far. And this is how you play. I mean, this is how you play. And that's why it's sad to see Tunisia lose in the manner that they did against Sweden, and also South Africa losing to Mexico. The dream for many African football supporters would be to see at least 6 African teams make it to the round of 32. Anyway, how?
Senegal still balls in proceedings. First 10 minutes of the game gone. If I was Pape Bouba, I'd be definitely delighted with the way the lads have started out in New York.
Yeah.
Sadio Mane dispossessed by Yus Koundé, but Senegal have it again. Gana Gueye. And Senegal just ensuring that they are taking care of the ball, not taking too many risks.
Yeah.
Short passing.
But they have to also be careful with their passing. You don't forget that the French national team have Doué, Mbappe, Dembele. These are breathtaking players, and when they bust out running, very difficult to keep tabs with them. So they have to watch it when they pass the ball from behind and not give the French national team any sniff at goal. Certainly so, like we said, could be the fastest forward lineup of any team at the FIFA World Cup. Dembele and Mbappe, and maybe Desiree Doué.
France coming forward. Dembele. Now it's Desiree Doué. First time we'll probably see it. Get hold of the ball.
Oh,
Pass towards Kylian Mbappe, but Koulibaly tidies up things. Gets it out for a throw. And those are the pockets that Senegal have to be very careful of.
Yeah.
Those pockets in which Mbappe finds himself in. And Senegal also have to be very, very, very much compact. With the two banks of four.
and you can see the shift of tempo now. The French national team are beginning to find their footing. And that was a good ball though from Dembele. It was just first heavy touch again from Mbappe. That's the second time that's happening in this game. Mbappe unable to control with his first touch. France have it now and they're beginning to pile on the pressure on the Senegalese side. Here they come now on the left hand side.
All right, it's France on the prowl now. Through Adrien Rabiot. That should be out for a throw-in. France have not been tidy enough with their passing. It's not been neat like you'd expect from those world-class players. Or some will say early doors as Didier Deschamps looks on. Remember that he's trying to sign out on a very, very, very high note, on a golden note. He's already said that this will be his final rodeo as the French manager, with Zinedine Zidane reportedly waiting in the wings. And with Zizou, that's an error from Koulibaly as Kylian Mbappe gets the ball, but it's too much for the Real Madrid forward to pounce onto.
Yeah.
But like Alex mentioned, this key area Senegal have to be very, very careful about.
Yeah, especially when they pass the ball from behind. And I think Dembele expected way too much from Mbappe on that occasion there. Just hit that pass too heavy. We're looking to set the Real Madrid player on skates there. It wasn't going to get to that ball. The ball was hit too heavy, but those are the signs that Senegal have to watch it, because once France get the ball in a very dangerous position, they have players who can switch up in quick transition and get to the end of the 18-yard area of the Senegalese side.
Lovely touch from
Desiree
Doué. But it's fouled in that process. Free kick quickly taken. Dembele. It's a wrong pass. Senegal will claim that. You could see that. I mean, once France do have the ball, they're trying to make the pitch big enough.
Yeah.
Get the ball to the wide guys, fullbacks or Doué, Dembele, just trying to make the pitch big.
Another thing that I think Senegal should work on is their passing from the back. Sometimes a bit slow and could be read by the French players. They could hit it a bit quicker and unleash Sadio Mane on that left-hand side. We haven't seen so much of him.
Yeah.
It's just been the midfielders controlling the tempo and trying to feed Nicolas Jackson, who's down the middle for the Senegalese side.
But one thing I like about the game, after 15 minutes, it's been played at an interesting pace.
Yep.
Yeah, I think in this 15 minutes, we've seen the pendulum swing between both sides. Senegal first, now France enjoying a bit of dominance. Saliba to Theo Hernandez. France trying to find those space in between the lines as well, but they want to also involve Michael Olise very much in the game. But Senegal squeezing that midfield. Strength in numbers. They're also a physical side as well.
Yeah.
And I think so far so good. They're doing a good job defensively on France.
Yeah, they've put at least 8 bodies behind the ball when they're defending. So the idea would be to make sure that you don't give France too many chances when they get to the ball, especially deep inside the Senegalese half. And defending has been good for them. Like you said, very physical team. They can keep up with the physicality of a game as big as this one. But what they know, or what they would have to do better, is when they get forward and when they have those chances, they have to take their chances, because France would get more chances in this game than Senegal. I can tell you that for free. So the Senegalese side should take their chances when they create them, and then when they're defending, like you can see right now, they have many bodies behind the ball trying to just stifle whatever creativity the French national team are trying in a game like this.
Last night in Seattle, we saw an elder statesman from the continent of Africa. I mean, give a very decent performance. Mohamed Salah,
Yeah.
I thought was a good performance.
Yeah, with an assist. It was good.
For
Yeah.
Egypt. And tonight we're hoping that Sadio Mane, his former teammate, when they were at Liverpool, can give such. But I think so far so good. It's been a bit quiet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of the Al Nassr forward. Remember that he failed to play at the last World Cup. Made the squad, but I think got injured with Bayern Munich and did not feature at the World Cup in Qatar. And I want to believe this is his final major tournament as well.
Right.
For the Teranga Lions. Hoping to go out with a bang as France come forward to Upamecano. Now Michael Olise trying to weave his magic on that right side, finds Jules Koundé. Game has not really opened up for France like they would have loved, especially with Kylian Mbappe getting those one-on-ones. Now Desiree Doué on the left-hand side. France building up some momentum. Mbappe goes back to Saliba. Saliba finds Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni has to go to the right. Ousmane Dembélé now. Koundé, beg your pardon. Now to Dembélé. Dembélé tries to hit one from distance, but it's blocked. As France tried to up the ante. Still 0-0 at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. Remember to subscribe to our channel, vivxsports. And subscribing actually gets you notified when we've got big games up for you. The very best of Watchalong, very best of describing these games. Man, it might be on the move. It might be busy to watch TV. All you have to do is just, go on YouTube and you find us there. France on the attack. Ismail Assar. Oh, that's cross. It's lacking in precision.
Yeah, good chance, good ball. Ismail Assar raced to get on the end of that one. Beating Theo Hernandez for pace there. It was wonderful to watch. Just a poor cross from Ismail Assar. Was looking to put it across the face of goal for the on-rushing Nicholas Jackson. Well, that went out of play and off target. And the burst of pace there from Senegal was good to watch. I mean, I was talking about how good, if they play in transition, it can help them in a game like this, and they clearly just did that. With two passes, they were already in the French half and almost made that count with a poor cross from Ismail Assar.
I think as the game wears on, France also, or Senegal, will have to be a bit content with playing in transition.
Yeah.
Because they have to realize that they will have long spells
Defending.
without the ball.
Yeah.
So they have to be up and doing. Have to be very, very much alert in the transitions. So it means players like Ismail Assar, Nicholas Jackson, Sadio Mane will be very crucial as the game develops. Because we can see a clear pattern now. It's France now assuming dominance of this game.
Yeah. And I don't think that the Senegalese side or the manager would like that, because what that means now is France are on the ascendancy, a dominating play. And now they've won a corner on the far right-hand side. And Sadio Mane, who was looking to defend there but just couldn't clear his line. And with a corner, France can trouble the Senegalese side because they have guys like Upamecano, Saliba, Adrien Rabiot.
Corner swung in. But Senegal deal with that. I think the corner was already out of play.
Yeah.
As you see, cross-section of beautiful Senegalese fans.
Yeah.
Mostly based in the States. I mean, there's also a very good and vibrant community.
Yeah.
Senegalese right there in the States. We know the World Cup has been bedeviled by issues with visas, immigration, tickets. And the average ticket cost about $1,000.
Which is crazy to pay for a football game.
Even Donald Trump says if he was a football fan, he will not pay $1,000. Senegal with a free kick in the center of the pitch. As we see Ali Reza Fagari have a word with Sadio Mane. Pape chose Senegal were good in qualifying for the World Cup. They went undefeated in qualifying to top their group. 7 wins in 10 matches, and they conceded only 3 times.
They were very good in qualifying. They won games, took them to bed early, defended really well, didn't concede too much goals, and everybody knew that they were going to be one of Africa's impressive runners. And when they saw the group with Senegal, Norway, Iraq and France, you automatically thought that Senegal were going to qualify from a group like this, but here come France.
Here come France through Kylian Mbappe. Fine, said the Rabiot, but lovely recovery defense from Crepin Diata to win another corner kick for Le Bleu. Mbappe quickly takes that one, finds Michael Olise. Ball to the middle for Desiree Doué, who lines up a shot, but is dispossessed real quick by Senegal. We're going to attack now. Pape Gueye, Villarreal midfielder, sends a pass to Ismail Assar, but Upamecano gets physical on the Crystal Palace winger. And that's another great job coming from the Bayern Munich defender.
Yeah, there's just something amazing about Upamecano. Very calm, chasing Ismail Assar there, got the better of him for sheer pace and brilliance. Won back the ball neatly for the French national team. Having Upamecano and Saliba as your 5 and 6 defensive partnership is just brilliant, if you ask me.
Almost troubled Edouard Mendy, but that pass manages to find Pape Gueye, and Senegal are back up and running again. But that was a scary moment for the Senegalese side.
Well, they have to watch it, because passing from the back is something they've adopted to do in this game, but when they do it, they have to be careful. And on that occasion there, you just saw Mendy almost give the ball away to Adrien Rabiot, and that easily could have been France scoring the first goal of this game off an error from Senegal. It's good to play from the back. It's good to try and hold on to possession. It's good to keep the ball for longer spells and not try to boom the ball forward and lose possession. But you have to do it with precision and not, giving the opposition a chance to score by making a terrible mistake deep inside their own half.
France still trying to find those spaces now. Mbappe, but he overruns that one. Now it's Senegal on the attack now. Nicholas Jackson, it's and almost ricochets off the back of Magnan into goal, but unfortunately it's out for a corner kick.
What a chance there for Senegal on the left-hand side. Good ball from the left-hand side again, just to pick out the man, Nicholas Jackson. It was a good defensive block there from the Senegalese side. I think it was Papa Gueye who sent that ball forward. Nicholas Jackson was 1v1 with Upamecano, drifted to the left-hand side, and he shot it with his left. Goalkeeper's best friend was on hand there to stop that shot. That was creeping into the back of the net.
That was lucky. I mean, his heel, the ball touches his heel.
Yeah, that sometimes goes into the back of the net.
Yeah, and just rolls out.
Yeah, it would have counted as an own goal against the French national team, but...
And we talked about the threat Senegal could bring in transitions, and that was just the latest exhibit.
Yeah, the second time we're seeing them play in transition, and this time they almost scored with it.
Corner kick is taken. Not a bad one, but lacking was the finishing touch, as we will be going on the first hydration break of this game at the New York, New Jersey Stadium.
Yeah, we've reached that point where we have to take water breaks. And this could be an opportunity.
Maybe
you'll have to take the water too, but this is an opportunity for the managers, that's Didier Deschamps and Pape Tau, to have a word to speak to the players and just give them a bit of tactics and try to re-energize their minds going into the latter stages of the first 45, because I've seen a great game. I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. But like I always say, the managers also use this as an opportunity to speak to the players, try and tell them, not to lose sight of the tactics of the formation or what they've decided to do in a game like this from the very beginning. Because sometimes when you play football games, you can see some tweaks and some changes as you go. But this is an opportunity for the managers to just bring the players' minds back to the original tactics and the formation set out to play in a big game like this. But I've enjoyed it so far. 23 minutes of football. I mean, it can only get better from here on.
Oh, I can make it 25. We're going to take a very quick break, a hydration break as well. And when we do come back, I know you must have been asked them a couple of times about this hydration break thing. Is it good for football? What do you make of it? Virgil van Dijk has spoken about it. Strong-worded about it. Bukayo Saka, I also saw him today out of England, Croatia, speak about it. I would love to hear from you, but that'll be after our hydration break as well.
10 teams, one continent, one dream. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament. And this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, start, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part. Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession.
vivxsports. France, Senegal, it's goalless. So far, so good. 30 minutes gone. Can we say France are rattled here? Maybe not exactly, but they will have been open, Alex, that they should have gotten a goal at least by now.
At least by now, maybe a goal. They've also had chances. The Mbappe situation where he hit the ball too heavy, and again the other one where he was looking to control, but the control was too heavy and lost possession. But here come Senegal.
Senegal again coming through Ismaila Sarr, gets that shot off, but that will not trouble Mike Magnan. But that's another moment of worry, especially with the French defenders giving away the ball cheaply. Yeah, Senegal coming forward again. And it brings me to the conversation of the hydration breaks.
Yeah.
And here is my problem with it. I think it alters momentum. Guess what? Before the hydration break, I thought was France maybe on. Now we've got a 3-minute break now.
And Senegal.
I know it's an African, joy for me to want to see Senegal win.
Yeah.
But Senegal are now on the up after
Yeah.
the 3-minute hydration break.
Well, the hydration break is just for the players because of how hot it is over there. You just need them to cool their bodies down, and little water when your body is charged up and hot. Just water in your system can help you cool and give you the right hydration to move on and continue.
Yeah,
doing
well, you
what
could
you're
actually
doing.
go to the touchline and just have the water.
Yeah, you
Why
can.
have to take that break?
You can, but not every player would have except we want to put water bottles around the pitch so players can just walk down and pick it up. But again, it's just a rule to give players a time to rest during the course of the game and also just re-strategize.
So you don't think it's a rule
and
to ensure
re-energize.
that more broadcasters get more value from games? Because basically, games have been split into 4 quarters, NBA style.
Yes, which makes it look a bit more. Yeah, you can look at it from the broadcasting side of things, but I'm focused on the health side of it because it favors the players. It gives them time to rest a bit and take some water, re-energize, and move on with what they are doing.
So Virgil van Dijk is of the opinion that, hey, I'm not against water breaks, but maybe for certain games where the conditions
require water. Yeah.
Not for, because right now FIFA have mandated it
for every game.
Every game, indoor, whatever it is, every game must have hydration breaks right now. And I think I agree with Virgil van Dijk that you have to make it an occasional thing based on what happens in most of those games. But with FIFA, we know that it's an institution that some have said have sold its soul to the Benjamins. I mean, Ian Wright was saying it a couple of days ago that people love the game, but they're not sure the game has loved the people back.
Right.
Especially with the prices that FIFA, the organizers, are charging fans to come watch football games. Some football royalty on our screens here. Patrick Vieira, Robert Pires. These were members of that French side who won the World Cup in 1998. And remember that 2 years after, they went on to also conquer Europe by winning the Euros. I'm not sure France were that good at the last Euros, by the way.
Yeah.
Lost to Spain in the semis, but it wasn't a convincing tournament
At all.
and they still lacking conviction in this game. So far so good, France.
Yet to see them at their best, or yet to see guys like Olise, Desiree Doué, Mbappe, Dembele come to the party. It's just, we've not seen anything from France, I have to be honest. It's been
Maybe Senegal also have made a battle of attrition as well. Made a slugfest. They've dug in, snapped the deals, kept the ball very well as well. I mean, Nicholas Jackson has been impressive, led the line well.
Just impressive. Overall performance from every single Senegalese player so far. It's just wonderful to watch.
They're coming forward again, but that's a stray pass. But the intention was good again. Smiler Sarr just couldn't get the angle of the pass right. Deschamps looking worried. And for the Europeans as well, it hasn't been a dream start to the World Cup. Only 3 European teams have won at the tournament so far. That's Germany, Scotland, and the Swedes.
It was surprising to see Australia beat Turkey.
Surprising. I mean, a massive coupon buster, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was surprising to watch that one. And they lost that game by 2-0. I saw a young star who's only 20 years of age, the man Irakunde, who scored that first goal for the Australian side. They were very good on the night and made Turkey struggle and suffer in that game. So yeah, it's not been, the holy grail starts for European teams, especially Spain that played their game yesterday, and Belgium also drew their game against Egypt. And now France are finding it hard to even hit second gear or try to be better with attacking against Senegal.
Ayos Koundé will come forward, but it's been dispossessed. It's lacked incursion enough, but he wins the ball back. Cedric Rabiot also comes forward.
Oh.
I mean, Rabiot with Cherki.
Questionable passing from France though.
I mean, questionable inclusion for Deschamps as well for me. I mean, for Rabiot. I mean, We know Rabiot used to be, one of the elite midfielders.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure in this day and age he's still classed in that range.
Yeah, a midfield of N'Golo Kante and Tchouaméni maybe would be better because of the qualities of N'Golo Kante. He can play deep, he can play forward, he can also bring the ball forward and be a bit creative for the French national team. But I think that would be something that Didier Deschamps will be looking at, maybe for second 45 substitution. But for now, they have to make do with Adrien Rabiot and Tchouaméni in the midfield.
All right, Senegal still asking questions, but almost get into trouble with Ousmane Dembele lurking around. Senegal coming forward again. Sadio Mane this time on the left-hand side.
And he has to impose himself in this game, Sadio Mane. He hasn't done much. Whenever he gets the ball, he's so quick to just give it back to another Senegalese player. We have to see more from him. There's one of the players who they look to when it comes to attacking inspiration and dragging the Senegalese players forward.
Momentum of the game seems to have changed again. Now it's Senegal dominating.
Yeah.
And I think that, like you mentioned in the early stage of this game, maybe it's time for Pape Bouba to tell his players, hey, let's just take a bit more risk.
Yeah, a bit daring. You have to be, take more risk, try to move forward, try to be, calculative with your final balls, especially when you're in the French box. Like I said, they wouldn't get many chances, but I was wrong because they've had way more chances in this game than the French national team. Matter of fact, they've had 2 clear chances to have scored. And on maybe another day or a lucky day,
and that's Sadio Mane waving around Jules Koundé. But almost loses the ball, but great intervention from Moussa Niakhaté there. Senegal playing at their own terms, not respecting the number 2 ranked team in the world. I remember, one of my hot predictions for vivxsports was Mbappe flopping. So far so good. I'm not sure. I think he's living up to that expectation. As far as his first game, we haven't seen much of Mbappe.
Yeah.
But you underestimate him at your own peril. 42 goals for Real Madrid last season. Still deemed as a disappointing season for the Frenchman.
Yeah, he only needs a half chance to score. That's how clinical he was for Real Madrid last season. Heavily criticised by Real Madrid fans. That's what you get though for playing for Real Madrid. They want to win everything. They want to win every game. They want to score all of the goals in a single game.
Crépin Diatta definitely has held on to his jurisdiction really well. Nothing has gone past him on that right side of the Senegalese defense as we see Arsene Wenger. That's the global head of football, FIFA.
Yeah.
Taking in the game. And Senegal bomb forward again. Ismaila Sarr.
Oh,
lovely one to come inside. That should be a free kick. What Ferrari says, play on.
That should be a free kick.
I think he allows the advantage.
Yeah.
But I think that should have been a free kick instantaneously.
Ali Reza, look at that.
Oh my goodness, first time we're going to see that magic as he said, send the ball on the plate for Jules Koundé. Cross, but that's not a precise one. Adrien Rabiot mops it up, but the referee will have to stop play and go back to Ismaila Sarr. We're still on the turf. As we take a look at the referee's view, that's a foul.
Yeah, the referee was right there. It's
just giving the advantage. Yeah,
that's a clear foul. I have no idea why he hasn't given it.
Yeah, but it's given an advantage to be fair on Senegal.
I don't think that. Well, yeah, I understand. Senegal could still even score from that advantage, but again, that's a foul. And you saw the referee do the hand sign, waving it off and saying it's not a foul. Maybe it's just an error from the referee.
He wasn't as if he said play on, right?
Yeah. He didn't catch that one quickly. You can see him apologizing to the player because still feeling that from Saliba, the Arsenal player who stepped on the Crystal Palace winger. There's a very good burst from that right-hand side. That's Ismaila Sarr. And I have to say, I've been really impressed with what Senegal have done for 41 minutes of football in New Jersey.
But they need a crowning moment. They need something to really ensure that this impressive 41 minutes is marked by something. Most importantly, a goal. As Ismaila Sarr has been advised by...
Yeah, would have to stay out for 1 minute.
Yes, part of the rule, the new rules for the World Cup. So he has to stay out for 1 minute before being reintroduced into the game. Ismaila Sarr. And by the way, Senegal's last competitive defeat, if you don't count the AFCON final, came in 2022 in the last 16 in Qatar against England.
Yeah, it was a dreadful game for them. They lost 3-0. I remember that game because, you know, I was a commentator on that one, and it just wasn't impressive. This is way beyond what I expected from Senegal. They've done so well in this game. That game against England in that round of 16 game was a total no-show. It was poor from Senegal. They gave too much respect to the English side. Harry Kane running ragged. And rightly so. 4 years on, they stand in front of a tougher opponent and they're doing wonderfully well.
Alireza Fagani, the referee has signaled for a French free kick. I think because
well, he handled
Kamara handled the ball.
He thought he had given it for foul against France, but...
So free kick to France.
And imagine if they concede from something like this. That would be really crazy. Oh, he's back after his minute spent outside.
Ismaila Sarr is back with us. So the full complement of the Senegal players back on the pitch. Dembele Olise on this free kick from the left side. So Edouard Mendy is organising his troops. Free kick comes in, but Kalidou Koulibaly heads it out. And Senegal can breathe. Now Kylian Mbappe comes in, lovely work, but Kalidou Koulibaly once again up to the task. Now it's France on the ascendancy as we approach half-time. 43 minutes gone. So maybe 4 minutes set to be added on. A goal before half-time for either of the sides will definitely be a massive shot in the hand for them. Especially for Senegal. Cross comes in. And Koulibaly unable to sort out his legs, but concedes a corner kick.
Just a bit hesitant there from Kalidou Koulibaly. Just couldn't...
confusing ball, actually.
Confusing ball. I mean, you wouldn't know what to do there because you had a French player behind him. If he had missed that, that maybe would have presented an opportunity for France as they have it from a corner.
Corner kick taken, but comments from Edouard Mendy. I mean, France also have lacked threats from set plays.
Yeah.
They've lacked presence in the area as well. And as we look forward to half-time, it looks like Senegal are the ones who will be heading into the tunnel, the much more confident side. But it hasn't been a boring goalless affair, right?
No, well, it hasn't been. I think it's been interesting. We've seen some half chances here and there, few and far in between. We've seen France try to come forward. We've seen Senegal also hit the uprights. They almost even got a goal. We've seen Ismaila Sarr break down that right-hand side. So it's been a good game of football. It's been interesting to watch. The only missing ingredient in this game, Lale, is the fact that we haven't seen a goal yet.
Can we get 6 minutes added on? Theo Hernandez. Michael Olise this time drifting deeper. Seen him in different areas of the pitch, on the right, behind the striker. I've seen him drop, between the defenders to receive the ball. Still goalless. Senegal will try to ensure that they don't make any silly mistakes at the back and get Senegal an inroad into this game. It's important, and everything's going right for you, but just one error can undo all of the great work.
Yeah, And I think that it would be a hard blow for them if they concede off an error or let the French national team get one goal before halftime, because that would mean that all the good things that they've done, like you rightly stated, would have all gone to the bin if they considered first or considered against the run of play. They've clearly been the side on top of this game. They've had more chances and they've played with more intent than the French national team.
Crepin Diata from the right-hand side. Who knows, Senegal might just go into half-time with the lead. Ndiaye. Marshall in that midfield finds Mane. Mane can't control. Now France will come forward through Ousmane Dembele. It's free in the middle. Doué now with the ball, but good recovery again from Crepin Diata. As he finds Ismail Assar, but that's well taken care of by Saliba. Lamine Camara also has been impressive in that hole behind Nicholas Jackson, linking play as well.
Yeah, he's been showing out, he's been linking up, he's been opening spaces just in and around for Ismail Assar to run into those spaces. And the link between him and Ismail Assar, Nicholas Jackson, there you can see the confusion that they set on the French defense when they're running into space. They're running in zigzag formation, and that can unsettle any defense. It's good to watch, and to think that this is maybe the best that Africa can produce, going toe-to-toe against this French national team. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, that this certainly may be the best team put together at this FIFA World Cup, and Senegal have held their own so well in this game.
It's the maturity in their play. It's the way they've carried themselves.
Yeah.
And credit must also go to teams like Morocco as well, even Cape Verde.
Yeah.
It's the maturity in their play, not at risk.
Ooh.
And that's what I would like to see going forward also, from, Super Eagles of Nigeria. And that's why, I put out a post a couple of weeks, last week, after we played Portugal, that there's still this chasm. There's this divide between Nigeria and the best sides in the world.
Yeah.
And I classed Morocco and Senegal amongst that select few.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, 20 players in the Senegal squad playing the top 5 leagues in Europe. He means something.
Yeah, it does mean something. And they're just mingling and meddling with the best of the best legs. That always will have an effect when they come to the national team. Because this guys do it for the very best clubs in the world, the Bayerns in this world.
Look at Mane. Mane plays alongside Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Jackson won the league with Bayern Munich, played his part as well.
Yeah. So it always tells, on the team, unlike the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Ndiaye was the best African player in La Liga.
Yeah. Not forget they still also have Iliman Ndiaye, who did well for
and
Everton
Ismail
last
Assar was
season.
wonderful for Palace in the Europa League.
It's just, it comes to, that it transcends from club football to national team football.
Cross comes from the right, but that's just too heavy for Kylian Mbappe. The full house here at the New Jersey Stadium must have been disappointed what they've seen from, elite players like Kylian Mbappe. I'm sure they've come here to watch Mbappe.
Obviously so. Maybe 50 to 60% of this crowd, or even 70% if I'm not mistaken, here to see Kylian Mbappe, Dembele, Olise. These are the players that they want to see, and I can say if you paid $1,000 to watch them, you would be disappointed at this stage, because they've not really done anything or not created meaningful, clear-cut opportunities to score goals in this game. And I can tell you for free that the Senegalese fans in the New Jersey Stadium would be the happier of the two, enjoying this game, as Senegal has given them much to smile about in the course of 40 plus 5 minutes of football.
All right, we're just a few seconds away from half-time. Remember, 6 minutes were added on. In case you're wondering why this first half has gone on for a little while. You also have to factor in the hydration breaks, which last 3 minutes. Senegal have carried themselves with a lot of composure and a lot of maturity as well. What's just lacking from this performance is a goal. Now, space in the middle, Lamine Camara looking for options. Sadio Mane is much available. Lovely pass, and he comes to the middle. Chance for Senegal, but time has been missed. Ismail Assar, what a chance to put Senegal ahead just before half time. Alex, that should have been 1-0 for Senegal.
That's clearly a chance to make it 1-0 before halftime, and that would have been a goal to give the Senegalese fans something to cheer for. They walked the ball really well on the left-hand side. Sadio Mane putting the ball across the face of goal, and Ismail Assar should be doing better from that position. That would have been an easy tapping for the striker into the bottom corner or even the top corner, but he decided to blaze that over the bar, and that was a glorious chance for Senegal. Still 0-0.
How is this still 0-0? Ismail Assar definitely responsible for this stalemate at half-time, as Ali Reza Fagani whistles for half-time at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. It should have been 1-0.
Easily should have been 1-0. Easily should have been Senegal going to the half-time break leading. And imagine having the last kick of the game, of the first 45, being a goal for Senegal. That would have sent the stadium into a frenzy. And they would definitely be the better team coming out of the dugout, even though I think that they have the momentum going for them and they have everything right in place for them, because they had an opportunity to score the only goal of this game before halftime. What a game, what a performance from the Senegalese side in the first 45 against France.
All right, our YouTube poll is back in Senegal to upset France tonight. 63% or 68% have said that Senegal have got what it takes to beat France tonight. So far, so good. Senegal looking likely, but they've not done the job yet. It's halftime.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, our thoughts from the first half on match day 6 of the FIFA World Cup, as yours truly and Alex will unpack what that first 45 looked like and what to expect in the second 45 minutes of this Group I game between France and Senegal. Let's go, Les.
Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament, and this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part. Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are no longer going to be seen as the underdog. Morocco were recently described as carrying a heavy burden of expectation because after 2022, the world now expect them to perform again. In Qatar, they shocked the world. In 2026, nobody will underestimate them anymore. Still, if there is any African team that can actually reach the semi-finals again, or even the final, Morocco has the best chance. Now, let's talk about Senegal, arguably the most complete squad in Africa. Some analysts actually believe Senegal have a stronger overall squad compared to Morocco right now. And honestly, it is hard to argue. Senegal qualified unbeaten. Physically, they are terrifying. Tactically, they are organized. And mentally, they believe they belong to one of the best teams in the world. Remember, this is the same country that actually shocked the defending champions France at the 2002 World Cup and reached the quarterfinals. Now, they return with even more depth. And offensively, Senegal have explosive attackers in the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Ismail Assar, and Iliman Ndiaye. Unlike previous African teams that have actually depended on one superstar, Senegal's strength is collective. Even with Sadio Mane aging, they still have quality everywhere. What makes Senegal dangerous is physical dominance. Against European teams, African sides have struggled most times tactically or mentally. Senegal removes that disadvantage because they can actually be very physical and also try to overpower their elite opponent. They press aggressively, they transition quickly, and defensively, they're extremely hard to break down. The concern is the consistency in attack. Sometimes Senegal creates chances but fails to finish games early. And in knockout football, that can actually become very, very dangerous. Still, this squad has quarterfinal or even semi-final potential. Do not be surprised if Senegal becomes Africa's deepest team at this tournament. Ghana. Every African nation still remembers 2010, one penalty kick away from becoming Africa's first ever World Cup semi-finalist before heartbreak against Uruguay. That moment still hurts across the continent. But Ghana enters 2026 with a completely new generation. This team is younger, faster, more fearless, and far more attacking than previous Ghanaian squads. The star of this team appears to be Antoine Semenyo. He can dribble, he can score, he can create chances, and he thrives under pressure. And there is Thomas Partey, bringing experience and control in the midfield for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, here is an underrated statistics. Jordan Ayew finished the qualification with 7 assists, the highest in the African qualifying series. This is to tell you that this team actually have something important. The Ghanaian team creates chances. The issue will be balance. Defensively, Ghana can still become vulnerable against elite opponents. Sometimes they attack with too much freedom and leave spaces behind them. But tournament football is unpredictable, and Ghana might be Africa's ultimate wild card. If the Ghanaian attack catches fire at the World Cup, Ghana could become one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. This is not a team that will play safe. This is a team that would attack fearlessly. So watch out for Ghana. And honestly, this makes them very, very exciting to watch. Next up, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might actually be Africa's most dangerous tournament team at this World Cup. During qualification, Ivory Coast went unbeaten and incredibly conceded 0 goals. 0. That defensive record is unbelievable. They also recorded the biggest victory in Africa World Cup qualifying history by defeating the team Seychelles by 9 goals to nothing. This team has power, speed, technique, and not forgetting belief. For this Ivory Coast team, Amad Diallo has become one of the most exciting young attackers in which you can look forward to in African football, and he would be thinking of taking the World Cup in his own stride. Frank Casey brings experience and leadership. Ibrahim Sangare tried to dominate the midfield battles for the Elephant of Ivory Coast, and Ousmane Diomande is imagined as one of Africa's best defenders. So one thing is sure, you would love about this Ivory Coast team is the exact balance they bring to their side. Unlike the golden generation of Drogba and Yaya Toure, this squad feels more complete tactically, and they defend together and also attack together. They press aggressively and find the right transition quickly. But the only concern, if you think about this team, is the fact that they do not truly have an elite striker, but in tournament football, organization often matters more than superior names, and this Ivory Coast team looks extremely difficult to beat. And honestly, they could surprise a whole lot of people at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For Bafana of South Africa, qualification itself already feels historic, especially in a group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a country with massive football passion finally returning to the biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. And while South Africa may not possess the elite stars of Morocco, Senegal, or even Ivory Coast, they do have something very, very important, and that is discipline. This South African team know very well and for themselves that under Hugo Broos, South Africa has become organized, compact, and mentally resilient in their style of play. And we can also add that Reno Williams has developed into one of Africa's best shot stopper, and Tembo Mokoena controls the midfield brilliantly for the South African team. According to FIFA, South Africa once held Africa's record for consecutive World Cup qualifying wins between 1997 and 2001, a record Morocco recently matched. This is a proud football nation as they look forward to repeating the opening game of the 2010 World Cup against Mexico on June 11 at the start of this 2026 FIFA.
Warren starts from the first half for the France attack, and this is so scary. But Warren, now the front three for France had just one touch in the Senegal box between them in the first half, and that was just Kylian Mbappe. And France had just one shot in the first half. Their fewest attempts in the opening 45 minutes of the World Cup group stage match on record since 1966 in England. And finally, Le Bleu didn't have a single shot on target. Alex, this just encapsulates, this exemplifies how bad, how poor France have been in this first period.
Yes, it really shows how poor they've been in the first 45 minutes. I expected better with a team carrying that much attacking firepower. You'd have expected to see Ousmane Dembele or even Michael Olise. Michael Olise especially and Desiree Doué, they've been non-existent in this game. They've not shown any bit of attacking prowess. They've not done anything going forward. Kylian Mbappe has been isolated up front. He had one or two opportunities to have run into space. He didn't take advantage of that. Ousmane Dembele, I think, is the only attacking threat for the French national team, trying to bring all of the attacking players together with linking up play and all of that stuff. But it hasn't worked out for them fine. And I think that the work that Adrien Rabiot and Tchouaméni should be doing is bringing the ball forward for the attacking players quickly. Sometimes when France have the ball, they tend to play from the right-hand side where you have Koundé and Michael Olise, but it's not working. There's nothing that's working for France right now, and hopefully Didier Deschamps can correct that for them. Coming into the second 45, no shot on target means that they've been poor because of the kind of attacking players that they have. Not to have a shot on target.
And that's the best attack in the world. Not a shot on target.
Attacking, front four in world football right now. I don't think any country can boast of that kind of attacking quality. Not even Argentina, not even Portugal.
But what brings me to that question? Don't you fear that maybe France are top heavy?
Maybe that yes,
which means maybe there's the balance is all right.
Imbalance in the team, that yes, I think so. But again, when you look at it, they still have guys like N'Golo Kante on the bench. They still have players who can come on and change the course of the game. But again, when you look at it, yes, the attack may be a bit on the up compared to the defense, but it's not a bad defense. Theo Hernandez alongside Jules Koundé, and then you have Upamecano and Saliba. That's not a bad four, if you ask me. But you can just see that the front four have more quality than the back four. But it still doesn't change the fact that they've not imposed themselves enough in this game. They've not shown the Le Bleu that we know. They've not stringed passes intricately in and around the Senegalese box. They've not tested the goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy, who almost gave them an opportunity to score in the first 45 minutes. It's just poor showing from Didier Deschamps and France in the first 45.
Now to Senegal, what have you liked about them?
They've been wonderful, exceptionally so. They created more chances than France. They had opportunities. They could have, got a goal. The guy, what's his name now? Ismail Assar and Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson was the unlucky one because that ball cannoned up the uprights and almost hit the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. But that one went off, a goal kick, corner for the Senegalese side. But I think where things have worked out fine for Senegal is how they've played in transition and also how they've also relied on the wings. Diatta has done so well on the right hand side moving forward, and also the work ethic of Ismail Assar. It's been wonderful to see how much he has improved in this game from minute 1 down to the halftime mark. But again, it was sad that they couldn't get the goal that they needed from that halftime play. Ismail Assar almost put the ball into the back of the net. But we've seen Senegal, I don't know, just emulating PSG.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of this done at the World Cup kickoff routine. Just launch it to the far side of the opposition and camping there.
But I hope that Senegal, continue what they've done in this game from the first 45. Like I said, they've been the impressive side. They've been the side with the most chances. They've even had, shots at goal and all of that stuff. So hopefully they continue in that vein. Sometimes you see a team play so well in the first half and then they come out in the second 45, not able to continue what they've started. But I think that, and I believe in the quality of this Senegalese side, that they will continue the way they've, started the first 45 and ended the first 45. And hopefully in the second 45, Olale, Sadio Mane comes into the play because he has not been on par with the other Senegalese players in this game.
The hope is that Senegal don't pay for those missed chances in the first half, because Didier Deschamps will definitely have given the French players is an earful basically in the dressing room.
Yeah,
I'm sure he didn't like that performance. And that just could be what galvanizes this French side to come all out in the second half. It's kicked off already. We're a minute plus into it. Nothing has changed in terms of the personnel from both teams. France still in their 4-2-3-1. And for Senegal, still very much compact in the way. But Ndiaye comes in the middle, sends that low drive that sends Edouard Mendy sprawling, but that won't trouble the Senegalese goalkeeper. But it's it's France who have launched the first meaningful attack of the second half. And that was a lovely ball from Koundé finding Ndiaye in the middle. Senegal have to be very much wary as well. You get a feeling that the game will gradually get into a period where the first goal could just be very, very, very crucial as far as the destination of this game is concerned. Alex?
Yeah, first goal could be crucial. And games like this sometimes can be determined by just a goal to take the brilliance of a player or the mistake of another to open up the floodgates rather, for either of this side. But again, if we can see one goal, this game could also open up and we could see more goals. You just sometimes need one goal to open up that flood of goals. But Senegal look more likely than the team to get a goal in this game. If there's any team who would score here first, based on what they've played so far in this game. I
think there's been a bit of an adaptation for the French side. We've seen Dembele now move further right, and Olise still remaining inside. It's basically a 4-2-4 that France have gone with here.
Yeah, just a tactical switch to try and see if Dembele can be freed on that right hand side. He's a player who can use his left and right. It doesn't really need to be on one side of the pitch. He can be anywhere and still be effective for the French national team. That means that Olise will now play down the middle, just behind Kylian Mbappe. That's a tactical switch because that was where Dembele was playing in the first 45. Now he has switched to where Olise was in the first half. And here comes Dembele.
Offside, France. That's Koundé. Caught offside on the inside. But I think what needs to be different, maybe not tactically. What needs to be different is the attitude, is the energy.
Yeah.
With and without the ball.
Especially for the French side.
Yeah. There needs to be a big improvement. We didn't see that in the first half. And I would expect France to create chances in the second half. Is what they do. When you have players like that, you always know there's a chance, a big chance or two lurking. Can they just make sure they take full advantage? Rabiot with the loose ball there.
Well, if they continue playing like that or passing the ball like that, then they're far away from scoring a goal in this game. Adrian Rabiot with a good turn, but had to finish that with a poor pass.
Maybe it's also time that Cherki comes on.
Maybe.
Might just bring that energy. His eye for the pass as well, can open up the opposition.
Yes, and he's an explosive player who can do a good job of trying to carve open the Senegalese defense. We've seen him do it for Manchester City all season long. He's quite troublesome when he's on the ball. And they'll be needing his services. Maybe not now, maybe too early to call him. But at some point, France would have to take this game by the scruff of its neck.
All right, Senegal doing that right now. That should be a foul, but Fagani says no. The referee as France come forward through Desiree Doué. Now to Kylian Mbappe on the left-hand side. Will come inside.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great defensive work. Led by Kalidou Koulibaly there. As Senegal will now attack. Lovely ball into the channel. But that's a dangling free from Saliba, but I think it gets the ball.
Yeah, it gets the ball. It's dangerous from Saliba. If he hadn't touched that ball, that was Ismail Assar through on goal. Easily would have been his sending off for Saliba.
But once again, I mean, Senegal attitude has been right with and without the ball.
Yeah, and especially when they're not with the ball, they close down the French players quickly. They've done that twice now in the space of a minute. They've won the ball back, giving it away and winning it back just quickly. And the transitional play is just very good from Senegal. They had possession with Koulibaly on the far side, and before you could say Jack Robinson, they're already inside the French national team half. So it's just beautiful how Senegal have managed to play this game at this tempo, at this pace, creating chances as the game progresses. It's just been good to watch.
Whether you consider them African champions or not, Senegal are not at the World Cup just to make up numbers. But now Zolise. But that was great goalkeeping from Edouard Mendy to deny Michael Olise. That was on target, Alex.
Yeah, clearly on target. That's the first real chance for France from a loose ball. It was Sadio Mane who couldn't get to the end of that one. Jules Koundé sends the ball to Michael Olise, who is a bit more central, drips to the left-hand side and gets his shot away. But great save from the goalkeeper, Mendy, to read that ball. Easily could have been France leading the game by 1-0, but wonderful save from Edouard Mendy. Made himself so big coming out of his line. And France will win a corner from the right-hand side.
We talked about how France will always create chances. It's an elite side corner kick swung in. But Edouard Mendy rises highest to claim that one. France have not troubled Senegal set pieces all day long.
Yeah, that's the first time that's the first shot on target for France in this game, and once again from corners they've not done so much. I mean, you'd expect a team as the likes of Saliba in their team maybe adopt the Arsenal way of playing corners, try to disturb your opponent. We hear that Thomas Tuchel will be adopting that style for corner kicks for the English national team at the World Cup. They have to just make something count. They're not doing anything.
Warning signals for Senegal there. I mean, if you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
If they get caught up, France can always punish them.
Yeah.
And that was a turnover from Senegal there.
That's a great save.
But that was
Mendy.
A great save, yeah?
Yeah.
Great save. Sprawled himself, left himself sprawling on the ground.
And for many goalkeepers, the conviction to run out of your line from that position, not many goalkeepers would do that. Some would have stayed in their line, and that would have been easier for Michael Olise to pick his spot and score.
Great composure from Senegal to play across that press.
Nice.
Jackson comes inside, tries to come inside of Upamecano. Upamecano celebrates as if he scored, but he's celebrating that recovery. But once again, top transition coming from Senegal.
Just lazy play from Nicholas Jackson. He got to the end of the ball first before Upamecano. You'd have expected him to try and beat his marker, but he didn't do that. As he looked to beat Upamecano there. That's another chance gone begging for Senegal, and they have possession once again. It's been the story of this second 45.
Senegal have not, they've not been perturbed at all.
Yeah.
They've just gone about trying to impose their own game on the French.
Kamara has been good on the ball, and Kite also doing a good job in that defense alongside Kalidou Koulibaly. I think the only Senegalese player we're yet to see much from is Sadio Mane, and maybe, just maybe, they should be looking to bring him with more attacking play.
It looks like Senegal's 4-3-3 is just served as an antidote to whatever France have brought to the table.
Yeah.
I saw them against Saudi Arabia in that final friendly game. I think they played a goalless draw in that final warm-up. Played in a 4-2-3-1. But they made 5 changes from that team that played Saudi Arabia. They look like a side who can go on and on all day and frustrate France.
Yeah. And they keep getting the loose pass. They keep making errors again.
And Mbappe gets it in that position. But another stop from Mendy there. The warning signals are there to Senegal. They need to be very careful in those dangerous areas, especially when they try to play from the back. Now Olise. France stepping it up. Doué to Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe trying to come inside, but wins a corner kick.
Well, you can see a tactical change for the French national team now. They're not playing with a focal number 9. It's Mbappe drifting to the left-hand side, and Michael Olise just giving that freedom and lots of spaces to run in behind the defense of the Senegalese side. And that was another great save from Edouard Mendy to keep this game at 0-0. 2 good saves in the space of 5 minutes. Goalkeeper saving his side.
Senegal have to be very, very wary of the threats the French pose. They've got world-class attackers that can punish them and can make anything happen out of nothing.
Yeah.
So they'll need to be very, very much aware. France now on the ascendancy. Yus Koundé. It's been an entertaining game in New York, New Jersey. Unfortunately, it's been unable to provide a goal. Now Mbappe's on the right to make that Channel Bells, that should be a penalty, isn't it? But Ali Reza Fagani says no.
I think the player got to the ball. I think that's a corner.
He says no.
Yeah, right call from the referee.
But we have VAR definitely double checking on that.
I don't think
But
that's
let's take a look at it.
Yeah. Beats the player. Oh, that's a penalty.
I think it's a pen.
Yeah.
I think it's a pen. And that's Sadio Mane at the scene of the crime there.
Well, he has been the poorest player for the Senegalese side, and, well, no.
I think it's a pen.
The referee has decided to wave it corner, so maybe Mbappe was looking for it. Just minimal
We'll
contact.
see what the shot has been made, yeah.
I think it's...
But, I mean, we're still waiting. Looks like the VAR officials in Dallas are having a look. Yep, we have a VAR check for a possible penalty.
What a blow this would be for a player like Sadio Mane, who hasn't done so much.
And we talked about,
Yeah.
you know, errors that could be punished despite you being on the ascendancy or playing well.
Yeah.
And this could be just that moment that punishes the Teranga Lions.
I have no idea why he is going to make that challenge in the box. Well, referee is...
Right, referee seems to have stood by his decision.
Yeah, he's decided to, you know, go on with the original call. I don't think that he would change Ali Reza, who has done well to be the center referee of this game. Mane seems to be convinced that he didn't touch Mbappe, and
VAR check still going on as we await the final decision from Alireza Fagani. It's been told to go to the monitor.
well,
Is he going to stand by his decision, or is he going to overturn the initial decision not to award a penalty?
9 out of 10 times the referee goes across. Well, I think he just catches the player, just the thigh there. Look at that, the thigh on the left boot of Mbappe. Yeah, just right there. Yes, just the thigh.
And the slower you see this
the
thing,
slower you see it, the more convinced
magnifying it
you are.
becomes, right?
And it's just sad that Sadio Mane, who has been the poorest, I think, on the pitch.
I think it's a lazy challenge from
Yeah,
Mane.
it is a lazy challenge. I mean, it's needless to do that there. Just maybe try and barge into him or run with him to the very end. It's a penalty.
Ali Reza,
no question asked.
is headed back onto the pitch, having checked from VAR, and he has pointed to the spot for a penalty. As Sadio Mane smiles. Oh, no penalty!
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Ali Reza Fagani has stood by his decision.
Well, it's a minimal. Just look at that again. I think that this, because of the magnitude of this game, I can understand. It's minimal, just slight. Look at that. The left boot of Mbappe touches the thigh of Sadio Mane. This easily is given in a Premier League or La Liga game.
I actually think, I haven't seen it.
I think that's a penalty.
I think it's not a penalty. Because actually, I think there's no connection.
There's no connection
with Mbappe's foot.
Yeah, the Sadio Mane foot that went straight.
Yeah,
it didn't touch Mbappe.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the decision.
Yeah,
they
I
made
think that's what's done it for Fagani.
Well,
I mean, it's very rare to see
I don't understand.
Centre referees being told by VAR officials to go to the monitor and check and stand by this. It's very rare.
Very rare, yeah.
I mean, it'll take
9 out of 10 times when the referee goes to the monitor, he's overturning his own original decision. But he goes there, he watches the clip, and he comes back and stands by his decision. I've never seen that happen before. It's just one of the craziest things we've seen at this World Cup. I think that will be one of the huge debates that we talked about as the World Cup progresses, but there are many fans that you would ask to see that again on replay, and they'll tell you for free that certainly so would be given as a penalty any day, anytime, any league across Europe, anywhere.
We're actually hearing from New York that referee Alireza Fagani, in explaining the decision, has said that the attacker initiated the contact. And that's why.
So it's almost like Mbappe went in looking for the contact, and that's the reason why he hasn't given a penalty.
And that's why he stood by his decision not to award a penalty. But that will take balls of steels.
Yeah.
In front of a packed crowd in New York.
I always say this. Sometimes the decision outside the box and the decision inside the box, it doesn't even apply the same sometimes, because if that same challenge has happened outside the box, that's clearly a foul. And looking at that again on replay,
on first instance, definitely Mane doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, right? Mane doesn't get the ball. But again, the right foot of Mane doesn't touch Mbappe. But again, when you look at it on replay, the slow motion that we saw, Mbappe's left foot clipped Mane's thigh. So if that's the case,
Alireza is saying it looks like Mbappe has initiated that contact. Yeah?
I don't know how he got to the conclusion of that, but again, the referee is in charge of the game, and his decision is final. And
now France on the attack again through Michael Olise, getting the pass to Mbappe there, but he just couldn't get there on time. But that was a dazzling show of attacking football from France, like that turn, the after from Olise to open up that space and send that pass towards Mbappe. That was football heaven.
Well, Michael Olise is coming alive in the second 45.
He always comes alive.
Yeah, taking Dembele's position, but here comes Senegal now.
Senegal to attack Ismail Assar.
They almost got their own penalty.
Terry Hernandez showing some strength in there.
And that's the kind of thing I expected. Mane should have done that for Mbappe. I know he cannot challenge Mbappe for pace and all of that stuff, but going into that kind of area and making that kind of challenge is quite poor from a man who's experienced, who has seen football for many years. But again, they've been let off the hook, and the referee has stood with his original decision of not giving a penalty, which is surprising to me.
So France have been denied a penalty after Mbappe stripped, or appears to have been tripped in the box. It's an incredible decision. Some call it a bad decision, and some say maybe it's the center referee showing some pair of cojones. Now Mbappe getting dangerous on the left as well. Finds Sergio Hernandez. It's blocked. France are fully warmed up now, attacking at every chance they do have. They see what they're doing now. You smell that some France are getting closer and closer to something. Alex.
Yeah, they keep piling on the pressure. This time they've decided to camp on the left-hand side of the Senegalese defense. They've been doing so well on that side.
Yeah.
And Michael Olise has returned to the right-hand side, and here he comes now.
And we know it's straight back, right?
Yeah.
Them Senegal.
It's one direction, but still difficult to defend.
And there we go! It's a goal! Kylian Mbappe has gotten his World Cup campaign off to a start. A goal-scoring start. It's France 1, Senegal 0 at the New Jersey Stadium. Like we said moments ago, it was coming. There was a sense of something coming from the French side. They've stepped it up, and they have taken a deserved lead right at the New Jersey Stadium, Alex.
Well, that's goal number 13 at the FIFA World Cup for Kylian Mbappe, who has done so well to score that goal. He had almost a chance to score just moments ago, but this time around, Michael Olise dazzling on that right-hand side. And look at the pass there, just to thread that through. He's clearly onside, gets to the ball first, belts it into the bottom corner, and gives France their lead in this game. That was wonderful football from the French national team. They've been knocking on the door, and finally Kylian Mbappe with a golden goal to give them the lead, 1-0.
We talked about Olise coming alive, and Kylian Mbappe also warming up, and his beard fruits as France take the lead with a combination of both players. And Senegal have finally been punished for their profligacy earlier in the game. France 1, Senegal 0. Can Senegal respond here? That's the million-dollar question. But looks like France have found another level, Alex.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Senegal. Oh, look at that. Kylian Mbappe just flying on that left-hand side. They look to be in the mood. That's the French national team now. They've scored the important goal. They've got it on the mark. Oh, this is a chance.
It's a spiral saw the ball forward. And it finds the net, but it's offside. It's offside. Nicholas Jackson with that incredible effort.
Should be checked.
But looked like the assistant referee just gave the benefit of the doubt. But no doubt will still be checked.
Yeah.
It's a long ball forward, and it's offside.
It's offside. Didn't time his run.
Yeah.
Good ball. Just over the defense.
The finish was good.
Yeah, it was a brilliant finish. No chance for Maignan in goal. AC Milan goalkeeper struggling to get to that one.
Unfortunately,
well, if they
offside.
can do this, that means they can equalise. They've been good. What a break.
So still 1-0 as another hydration break back, and the Senegal fans are stunned. They thought that they had responded with immediacy. Unfortunately, that's been ruled offside. Hydration break. We take a break as well here. And when we come back, the final quarter of the game is next up. Can Senegal summon a response, or will France add more woes to Senegal's misery? All of that, I will come back in a bit.
Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament. And this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist, or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed African football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part: Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are
Back for the resumption of the final 20 plus minutes of this entertaining encounter. Match day 6, FIFA World Cup 2026, USA, Canada, and Mexico. But this one's happening in the United States. New York, New Jersey Stadium. It's France 1, Senegal 0, and Kylian Mbappe scoring is first. And I want to believe that goal also makes him level with Olivier Giroud as France's all-time top scorer. So another goal will take him clear as France's record goal scorer. That's totally an incredible feat for the Frenchman.
Yeah, I mean, a player who's still very young, still very much, early in his playing career, still has a lot to give this French national team. I expect him to break the record and, maybe score lots of goals in his French career. And we've seen him just in 3 World Cup tournaments rack up 13 World Cup goals. It's mind-blowing. And to think that to break the record, he has to score 6 in this tournament to break the record and finish this tournament with at least 17 goals. He's started off rightly on the bright foot. He scored his first. And I can tell you for free that Kylian Mbappe hasn't stopped scoring at the FIFA World Cup so far, because he's going to get more goals in this tournament, and he's also going to lead the French national team into the knockout phases of this one.
57 goals for Le Bleu, level with Olivier Giroud. So another goal makes him the standalone record top scorer for France. But what do you think has worked for France in the second period? I think for me, is moving Olise into a much more central area.
Yes, and look at some NBA players just making their way. Well, the New York Knicks,
the
guys who won the NBA
champions. First time since '73.
Right, showing us their New York merch. Just trying to tell the public that the New York Knicks in the building.
All right,
this game is played in New York though, so yeah.
Doué sends it, but Edouard Mendy, it's been very busy in the last 10-15 minutes. That's another wonderful save from Edouard Mendy. That was definitely going via the near post.
It almost seems like they heard us talk about them not having a shot on target in the first half. They've turned that around now. They have 4 shots on target, 1 in the back of the net. And that's how clinical this French national side are. Senegal are looking to the bench now, looking to at least change the approach of their game. And like you were saying about Michael Olise, I think that giving him the freedom to play from either of the wings and even down the middle opened some creativity for the French side going forward.
Now Mbappe on the right to Jules Koundé. But Sadio Mane reads that one clearly and intercepts.
Oh, nice.
Senegal trying to attack. It's looking good. That's a trip on Nicolas Jackson, but Alireza Fagani says that's not a foul on the now Chelsea player. As Pape Thiaw, we tried to stem the tide by introducing new players. Ismail Assar is off. It's a double change. Lamine Camara will also have to come off as well. And coming on for these two players is Ibrahim Mbappe, the PSG striker, and Habib Diarra as well. Ibrahim Mbappe plays at Paris Saint-Germain, so familiar faces when he sees Desiree Doué and Ousmane Dembele. It's been one of the young African talents to look out for, one for the future.
Yeah. Quite tricky on the ball. He's low center of gravity, very direct. It's when he gets hold of possession. Just reminds you of Desiree Doué. When he gets possession, he'll be looking to unleash his qualities on that right-hand side, and rightly so. He has gotten the ball on the right side.
Now Mbappe has his first taste of action.
Oh, he's just quick fit, wonderful player.
But France dispossess him. Now it's Mbappe up against Kalidou Koulibaly. Bits him for pace, but great recovery work. And that's great work from Habib Diarra to stop Mbappe's momentum there. I thought he had beaten Kalidou Koulibaly there for pace, right?
Yeah, he did well to beat him for pace there. I'm just looking at that again. Wonderful assist from Michael Olise. Puts it on a platter for Kylian Mbappe, who 9 out of 10 times in that position scores easily.
What do you think is the best player in the world in the first 5 minutes? I mean, Pep Guardiola used to say that he thinks that Jeremy Doku is the best player in the world in the first 5 minutes. I think it's Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, I think it's Kylian Mbappe.
You could see one leg to that penalty that wasn't wanted, right?
Yeah.
The moment he was up and running, you
just knew that this guy was, turning the screw and also making things happen for his team. And you can see now he's in a good mood because he's getting more of the ball now. He's trying to impose himself and try to, drag the French national team forward. They know that one goal is not enough because Senegal can have a chance and then they can, get an equalizer in this game. But France would know that a second goal here maybe puts the game to bed. At 1-0, still very much open. Senegal could still have a chance before the end of this game.
Olise with the free kick sends it to Adrien Rabiot. Senegal don't clear enough, but finally they do. Ibrahim Mbappe tries to break, but it's been stopped by Tchouaméni.
You have to commend the referee Alireza. He has allowed the game flow.
And I think he's been spot on with most of his
calls,
decisions.
The controversial one is the penalty, though. But again,
France now taking their time, and I think it's been, like we said, what needed to change was their attitude and energy with and without the ball.
Yeah.
And we could see that change in the second half.
A huge change from what we saw them do in the first 45. They had more intent when they went forward. They also closed down the Senegalese side quickly to get the ball back from them. And it's been the story of the second 45. And freeing Michael Olise just behind Mbappe has worked out tactically well for the French national team. Very unpredictable when he gets on the end of things, Michael Olise.
Still yet to make a change. The short cross comes in. But that was a dangerous cross from the left-hand side for Nicolas Jackson. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, literally could have gone everywhere. And Good pass from Ndiaye from the left back position. He just sends a very good ball in. Nicholas Jackson was holding his line. It was clearly onside. I think he hit it with his...
Yeah, the finish had to be better than that.
He hit it with the shin and not the inside of his boots. I would prefer to hit that with the inside of his boots. That would have maybe troubled the goalkeeper. As France will make another substitution. Bradley Barcola coming on for Ousmane Dembele. He hasn't been so good. I mean, he's the best player in the world based on the Ballon d'Or he won, but I don't think he has imposed himself so much in this game. Mbappe has been the best man.
Can we say the difference between France and Senegal today could just have been the striker? Maybe if Senegal had the Kylian Mbappe.
A clinical striker, they easily would have been 2-0 up in this game. And this is no disrespect to, what's his name now, Nicholas Jackson, but he's been not so clinical in this game, and he has had chances in the first half, even in the second 45, just haven't buried their chances. Maybe Ismail Assar should be the one playing down the middle, and Nicholas Jackson drifted to the right hand side. A tactical switch from Tau would be what Senegal need here.
Unfortunately, Saw is out. Zamu Pamecano concedes a throw-in. And anything could still happen here. But Kylian Mbappe on the attack now. Finds a partner in crime. Michael Olise. Olise to Bradley Barcola. But looks like Olise come hurt. He was trying to get that pass over to Barcola.
You see the referee saying get up, go on with the football.
So you have some 10 minutes to play here, and Senegal still retain their dangerous edge. I just think that they've been a bit blunt in the last 15-20 minutes.
They have to be daring. And I mean, at this point of the game, you know that the game is slipping away, 3 points slipping away. They have to be daring. They have to be a bit more precise when they go forward, add a bit more conviction when they attack, especially when they have the ball in the half of the French national side. That's a loose ball. It shouldn't be happening at this stage of the game.
France now on the break. Pass towards Bradley Barcola. Can he make it 2? And it's 2. It's 2-0. Bradley Barcola has doubled the trouble for Senegal. And it's out of nothing. And once again, it's Senegal not taking good care of the ball, and they've been punished here. Alex, I think it's game set match here.
Yeah, it should be game set match at this point. 81 minutes on the clock. Bradley Barcola, who just came on, he hasn't even played up to 3 minutes of this game, and was a wonderful picked out pass there from Adrien Rabiot, who didn't really play so much in the first 45, but that pass there was really good. Look at that on the center circle. Picked out the run of Bradley Barcola. 1v1 with the goalkeeper. Sweet chip, ball into the back of the net. And France doubled their lead.
Football made easy by France. Quick transitions. And all Barcola had to do was just think it over Edouard Mendy. And there's nothing Kalidou Koulibaly could have done in there. But this is what you get from a world-class team. And we've criticised him all game, that's Adrien Rabiot.
Yeah.
But that pass to find Bradley Barcola,
that's an expensive pass.
that's a slide rule pass, isn't it?
And you have to say poor defending from Senegal, because when that ball got to Barcola, there was no Senegalese defender close to Bradley Barcola to try and unsettle him. A free run through on goal, and you know, when you have him 1v1 against the goalkeeper, you'd expect a player of Barcola's quality to always put the ball in the back of the net, and that's exactly what he did.
And France are looking at their fluent best now.
Yeah. And at this stage, you just may think that this game has finally slipped away from the Senegal side.
And basically, I mean, the moment France started looking fluid, it appeared that Senegal could not deal with them anymore.
Yeah. And that's the difference in quality, difference in, the mentality of playing a World Cup game and winning a World Cup game and getting 3 points in your first group game at the FIFA World Cup. Well, the balls are expensive, so they have to get them back from the fans.
And
Just so the referee there just asking for the ball. An electronic ball cost $1,000+. So they would need the ball back.
All right, Bamba Dieng is on. Iliman Ndiaye as well. To maybe get something back and give Senegal a bit of hope.
Well, they seem to be a bit scattered now. Senegal, the passing and not the passes rather not connecting. So, and I think the substitution of Mbappe rather coming on for the man Ismail Assar. It's not the right substitution, if you ask me. I think that Nicholas Jackson should have been the one to be taken off first, and Ismail Assar remained down the middle for Senegal, taking off what's his name now, taking off Ismail Assar and then leaving Nicholas Jackson. I have no idea why Papa Chow has done that.
France on the move again. Bradley Bacola bits Kalidou Koulibaly. Olise in the box. Lovely ball, but that short term from Mbappe was lacking in power, and there was an easy catch for Edouard Mendy there. But that's France once again showing that when they are their fluent best and they are unstoppable.
Yeah.
And key to that is this guy Michael Olise. Now they come through the right. It's the turn of Desiré Doué to torment the Senegalese back line. They've totally given up, Senegal, right?
Yeah, it's all France now, passing the ball around.
France are having their way with them.
Just having fun, dictating the tempo of the game. I mean, they've scored 2 goals, so it looks like they will take 3 points from this game. We just cannot wait to see what is in store for Senegal going forward, because they now have Iraq and Norway to contend with for 3 points. Well, you can still qualify to the next round with 3 points. It will only matter if the goals difference or position on the 3rd place table is good enough to qualify.
If the over 80,000 fans at the New Jersey Stadium were not satisfied with that first half from the 2-time world champions, I'm sure they've gotten value for their money's worth in this second period, as Man City's Cherki is about to come on, and Desiré Doué will be coming off. Maybe subdued performance, but he's played his part.
Yeah, he's played his part. You know, he's been deployed down the left. He's also played down the right. It hasn't been the best Desiré Doué I've seen so far. I mean, he's an explosive winger, but he's done his best. And if an explosive player has come on for him.
And I won't blame Senegal at that 1-0. They needed to open up. They needed to chase the game.
Yeah.
But once you do that with the ability France have, then they're going to kill you.
Yes, definitely.
You're going to get punished.
That's exactly what happened, because they left way too much gap. The defensive partnership of Kalidou Koulibaly and Gay were just nowhere to be found when Bradley Bacola ran into
and Senegal are in trouble right now. They don't have any answers. France in total control. Bradley Bacola has also come on instantaneous impact.
Yep. Pape sees the Ivory Coast midfielder who was one of the best players in La Liga last season. He's coming on for Idrissa Gana Gueye. It hasn't really continued how brilliant he was in the first half and the second 45 for the Senegalese side.
Dominated and controlled the tempo
of the game. Just a bit lackluster performance in the second half for Idrissa Gana Gueye, and that also affected the overall performance of the Senegalese side. They've just given it away, and that's the story of the game. France with quality goals. And
but
that's the difference
they will be encouraged by their first half performance.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah,
they should be.
That's the positive they can take from this game against one of the best teams in the world. And they'll have to take that into games against Iraq.
Look at that. It is nowhere to be found. The defense is just, sleeping, and they're not even chasing Bradley Bacola. It's just poor defending from them. Too much space given to the PSG player. And when he had that opportunity, it was smart to dink it over the goalkeeper because
and maybe the goal also just explains Sadio Mane's game as well.
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
cost them a penalty.
Yeah,
has cost them the second goal because I think he lost the ball.
He lost the ball in a very difficult area for the Senegalese side to get on the end of things and try to win the possession back. So not a good first game at the FIFA World Cup for Mane.
And how he's managed to stay on the pitch. I mean, even, you know, Mohamed Osama San, at a point in time, even with Egypt in the ascendancy, took off Mo Salah yesterday.
Yeah.
But Pape Bouba has gone the opposite here. He's kept Sadio Mane on for 90 minutes. Now BM drew off with a corner kick for Senegal. Senegal just trying to get something back and maybe make for a nervy end, but France wouldn't mind. Just started one more for the road. Don't forget, the action continues late into the night as Iraq up against Norway as 8 minutes have been added on. And in the early hours of tomorrow morning, the Foxes, the Phoenix of Algeria, will also open up their World Cup campaign against the defending champions of the world, the Albiceleste of Argentina. And some have backed Algeria to, you know, give Argentina a bloody nose. Remember, Argentina lost their World Cup opener 4 years ago to Saudi Arabia. And I want to believe that after that we also have Jordan up against Austria. Remember, Jordan played Nigeria in a pre-World Cup friendly that ended 2-2. Exciting game.
It was exciting to watch the Jordan side playing that encounter.
Now that's France on the attack now. Ryan Cherki up against Koulibaly. Comes into his left, finds Olise, but that's unsuccessful.
I think Olise has played so well in the second half. He's just been the orchestrator for them, leading the line and making sure that they have the attacking fluidity going on for the French national team. It's a different Michael Olise from the first 45 and the second 45.
The only thing we haven't seen from Olise is his trademark cut and paste, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he gives us that, and we can even go, because that's what you get from Michael Olise. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
But you're helpless.
You just cannot. Yeah, you can't defend against it.
Saw that against Northern Ireland, their final pre-World Cup friendly against Northern Ireland in Lille. That game ended 3-1. And Olise scored a hat-trick in that game.
Yeah. Compared to what we saw from Lamine Yamal and Spain last night, this is an even better performance from a European team. Especially the second 45. They've taken this game to the Senegalese side and they've shown that they have the quality to be renowned as one of the teams that can go all the way to win the World Cup for 2026. The blue.
All right, at the bottom of our screen, that's the number there. You can call in. What have you made of Senegal's performance tonight? Are you still backing them to go far in this tournament, as we see Gareth Bale also taken in the game alongside Sami Khedira, world champion on African soil? Oh, scratch that. Runners up, scratch that. He only got to the semi-finals with that German side, who later went on to be world champions, by the way, in Brazil 4 years later, with Sami Khedira a part of it. And that was a golden generation of German side, Die Mannschaft, who also have started this World Cup in crazy fashion.
Yeah, 7-1 Curaçao.
They Curaçao 7-1.
It was expected though.
By the way, I'm backing them to win the World Cup.
Germany?
Yeah, based on my historical statistical model. You don't want me to explain that to you?
Yeah, I think I would love you to explain it to me.
I've done that based on an elimination method. Basically, number one, no one has defended the World Cup since Brazil in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
So that rules out Argentina.
That rules out Argentina.
No current world number one or who goes into the World Cup as world number one ranked by FIFA has won the World Cup. Rules out Argentina and France as well.
And France too, yeah.
No foreign manager has won the World Cup. You get that?
Yeah.
So if I've got France out, if I've got Argentina out, then that rules out Portugal, rules out England.
Because they all have foreign managers.
Yeah. So it leaves me with teams like Spain, Netherlands,
Maybe Netherlands.
and Germany as well.
Yeah.
But also, to win the World Cup, you need an elite striker. I'm not sure Spain have one in Oyarzabal. I'm not sure Holland or Netherlands have one in Memphis Depay.
Oh.
Senegal, good work there, gets the goal. Ibrahim Mbappe. What a goal from the PSG young star. Mike no, is helpless. He doesn't know what has hit him there.
Beautiful goal.
And that was a beautiful team move as well.
Yeah. Look at that. Sent him to the floor. Belts the ball into the top corner. And Ndiaye just gives Senegal hope for the last 4 minutes of this game.
And can we talk about that footwork
Yeah.
to just give him the space to launch that attempt at Mike Magnan, who I think has fumbled that shot.
Yeah. I have no idea how Nicholas Jackson has played for so long in this Senegalese side. Ndiaye should have been brought on way earlier than he did. Ismail Assar should have been kept onto the pitch. And this is a different Senegalese side. They've made some changes. They look a bit more faster when they get the ball forward. And this will be a crazy 3 minutes to the end of this game.
It could be a nervy end for France, who are asking questions now. It's
Mbappe.
advantage Mbappe with a goal. That should be game set match. But what a sequence of action at the New Jersey Stadium.
Wow.
It's 3-1 now. Kylian Mbappe with a belter. Kylian Mbappe with a power driver from about 35-40 yards. I mean, just with Ibrahim Mbappe letting his goal sink in. Olise and Mbappe combine again and break Senegalese hearts.
That's World Cup goal number 14 for the young man. And that one, he hit it out from 30 yards out. He got the ball from Michael Olise. The referee says play on. Mbappe on the turn. One time, lets it fly. No chance for the goalkeeper. And that's the quality of this player. They've come alive in the second 45. This is a different France team from the one we saw in the first half. And they've managed to score 3 goals. And Kylian Mbappe, 2 of those 3. What a strike.
Goal number 58 for Kylian Mbappe. Now France's record top scorer. But what a way to go to the top of the pile.
Oh, this is just beautiful. And we said it before the game started that this could be the best game of the FIFA World Cup so far.
It's proven.
And right on the money.
Yeah.
This is the best we've seen in this tournament so far.
Bang on the money. We have our game of the tournament so far. I know Morocco against Brazil was good, but this is better.
Yeah.
This is better. And all of them, the net bursters have come in the second half. And this will be definitely a ball buster for Senegal. Just after we thought the next 3 minutes or the final 3 minutes of the game could be a nervy one for the French.
Well, that goal for Mbappe came at the right time because...
But once again, I mean, it's Senegal not being careful with the ball again.
Yeah.
You know, because they've lost the ball in a very crucial area again. And, I mean, they just couldn't... I mean, at that point in time, Olise, just bring him down.
Yeah, bring him down. Try to stop the pace of the game. But they lost possession in a key area.
Someone has to take something for the team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Olise is unstoppable, isn't it?
Just unstoppable. Mbappe is still down on the ground on the far side. I think that will be all now. The referee should be looking at his wristwatch to blow for final whistle.
8 minutes already done with, but...
and look at that again. They almost got the ball, but again, it's just a loose pass from Michael Olise. This is just a brilliant goal from Mbappe.
And looks like Mbappe already knows what he wanted to do.
Yeah, just on the turn.
Yeah.
Takes it one time. maybe goalkeeper should be doing better, but again, that's an unstoppable shot.
Yeah, I think Mendy's slightly off his line as well.
Yeah, off his line, struggling to get to that one, scrambling to get across to it. Ball in the back of the net, and the French fans can dance and dance all the way into the night.
Allez, allez. That's for the French. We've had a great start to this World Cup campaign, as they search for a first world title since 2018.
They're easily the best team in the world, but
Senegal could probably just end the game with a bit of respite. But I think that France might just also have sent a statement to everyone.
Yeah.
That
we're here, and you know, you should be wary of France. Oh,
that almost led to a second goal there, right?
Was in the back of the net. Well,
we almost missed that in real time, right?
Full time.
It's full time, and it's ended. France 3, Senegal 1. Great second half performance from Le Bleu, as Didier Deschamps smiles and knows that he's gotten this World Cup campaign off to a great start in what is seen as his final tournament as manager for France. But Ibrahim Mbappe has come off the bench as well and announced himself to the world with that incredible goal that momentarily
easily could have scored the hat-trick, Kylian Mbappe, today, if that penalty was given.
Yeah. But what a performance from the Real Madrid man. Jose Mourinho will be licking his lips at working with this incredible player. Yeah. And for Michael Olise, he was very much crucial in the turning point of this game. And France have run out winners against Senegal. There will be no repeat of what happened 26 years ago in Seoul, when Senegal upset France at the World Cup in 2002. This time around, order has been restored, and the two-time champions have emerged victorious, 3-1. Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, wonderful game of football. First half was all Senegal, second half all France. That's the order of the game. Senegal had chances upon chances in that first 45. I think they would have taken their chances and given France a lot to think about coming into the second 45.
Yeah.
But the fact that they had one last opportunity to make it 1-0 before halftime and didn't take it, I think that was the defining moment that turned the mentality of the French national team. And you saw them from the get-go in the second 45. They took the game to the Senegalese, took it by the scruff of its neck, and they scored 3 goals in the second half. This has been one of the best games so far in this tournament, and we've seen an electric start to the World Cup for the French national side. What a game.
All right, what a game, and what an end to the game as well. We had two
beautiful goals.
Beautiful goals as well towards the end. And I think everyone can't just wait to see this French side in action again. But in the meantime, there's Norway, Martin Odegaard, and the best striker on the planet, Erling Haaland, in action in about an hour's time. And also Leo Messi and the gang go Albi Celeste will take on Africans Algeria much later in the early hours of tomorrow morning. But right here on vivxsports, we've got you covered on the 18th of June for Ghana versus Panama. And it's a Ghana side without Thomas Partey, who unfortunately has not been allowed entry into Canada. So that means the manager, what's the name again? The former Real Madrid manager, who also used to be assistant to Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, will not have the services of Thomas Partey for that game. But hopefully, I think he'll stay back in the States and he'll be involved in their games against Ghana and Croatia. That's how much we will be able to take tonight on vivxsports. Hope you enjoyed everything that we served you as far as this game between France and Senegal was concerned. Ended 3-1. In case you missed all of that, go to our YouTube and you can catch all of our talking points as far as that game was concerned. It lived up to its pre-match hype and billing, and I'm so happy that I, alongside Alex, were able to call that game.
It was beautiful.
Right,
beautiful game to call. Yeah.
All right, till we come your way again, stay safe, keep enjoying the FIFA World Cup. It's the best sporting event in the world, and you deserve to enjoy all of it. I know a lot of you guys have been starving yourself off sleep, right?
Yeah.
It's all worth it, right? If you can watch NBA, it's definitely.
I mean, you can spare
a month to watch the World Cup,
the World Cup
in the middle of the night. All right, that's it from us. Alex, thanks for coming around.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And on behalf of everyone involved in tonight's production, we say thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Allez.